What's up, everybody? We are back with a brand new edition. I'm so excited. So in case you are new here, my name is Jen. I'm your manifestation bestie, but of course, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption to work in your favor. I already know that sounds good to you, so go ahead and click that follow button. Also, if you're interested in hey, girlfriend. Also, if you're interested in one-on-one coaching by me so that we can go ahead and get your SP like conforming quickly and get you back together, I manifested my SP back from no contact to fully living with me in 4 weeks. So I'm here to help you guys do the same. So if you're interested in that, it's not a lot of money. I refuse to raise my prices because I want to help as many people as possible. Links are all in the bio. Also, I do offer text support coaching as well. Link is also in the bio. Hey, Dade. Also, I have a free WhatsApp community. Go ahead and join that. Let it inspire you, which we're going to talk about in a minute. And also, I go live every single day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you miss a live, don't even trip. I try to do my best to upload them every single day on my YouTube channel, which is also in the bio. So go ahead, let it play. Mute the volume. I don't care. Help me get my watch hours up. Thank you. Although I will tell you, today TikTok has not been cooperating in letting me download my videos. So therefore, yesterday's is not live yet. But that's okay. We're going to get it there. Eventually, it's going to let me download that shit. Okay, so I want to talk to you guys because it kind of frustrates me a little bit to see you guys benefiting off of being a fucking victim, like in your own reality. I think it's fucking stupid. But it's kind of like Munchausen syndrome in a sense, where you are benefiting by keeping yourself a victim in your own reality. Like let's just call it what it is. Okay. Where somehow, hey, Erica, thanks, girlfriend. Hey, unapologetically me. Whereas like somehow you are getting some kind of gratification. Like there's some kind of benefit from you victimizing yourself over and over and over again, which is, hey, Bevy. Hey, Ellie, which is stopping your manifestation. Hey, glitter sparkles. Okay. And so it's like, it doesn't benefit you. It doesn't serve you a positive purpose to sit there and whine, bitch, moan, groan, and complain and sabotage your own success, sabotage your own happiness. Like that to me is fucking stupid. Okay. It's stupid. I was all tucked in on my couch last night. What is this? Oh, excuse me. Why I pick eye booger. I was literally tucked in on my couch last night, getting ready to watch a movie. And then what do I see? Some bullshit in the WhatsApp community by one of our members, who I just spoke to yesterday, by the way. And so what did I do? I got so frustrated. I literally like jumped off the couch and just like rampaged to her. I like rampaged to her on WhatsApp. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you sabotaging your own happiness, like your own success? And that tells me that you didn't say that you're not doing what I just literally told your ass to fucking do. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. So instead, you know, you guys find it so easy to verbalize everything to your SPs. You don't need to do that, okay? Whenever you verbalize shit to your SPs, have you ever noticed they don't really take a liking to that shit? You know, it's you want your cake and eat it too, but then you verbalize shit to, this is driving me fucking nuts. But then you verbalize crap to your SP and then wonder why it backfires. It backfires every fucking time, because I've told you guys a million times that the shit needs to be done in here. You can do whatever you want in here, but you don't need to do it here. Okay? Yeah, I know, Dade. This is exactly what happens every time. Never once does anybody force a 3D and they're like, that shit worked out like a charm. It doesn't work that way. So this is where I made a video about this shit too, yesterday. Because I need you guys to stop doing a couple things, okay? Because you don't realize the domino effect it's having. And I talked about this on my live yesterday. Ooh, what girl? I love that for you. I talked about this on my live last night. I had cocktail hour on my live last night. It was quite a good time, actually, if I could say so myself. But I see it so often that it's like that's right. He don't want you to sleep, girl. And you don't want him to sleep. Fuck him. Come on over, honey. The bed is warm. But you guys will whine and bitch and complain, right? Like, I thought it was fun too. And so there's one of my members has like literally everything she wants, and like in a guy, in her boyfriend, but without the title. And so I told her exactly what to do, and what the fuck does she do? The opposite. And now she's like, now it backfired, and now he's upset with me. Go figure. Go fucking figure. Hey, Miss Willow. Right. I mean, exactly. Like, you think negatively about shit because you want what you want, and then you find out you're proven wrong. But that's the thing, though, is eventually you're going to prove your ass right. You know what I mean? And so we can't do that. And that's where I think you need to get a grip. We'll fucking start there and realize what you're choosing to assume. Okay. So, hey, Selena. So everything is an assumption. Okay. And what's the thing is, assumptions tell you, assumptions are created, and that's what manifests. Okay. So then now you have this whole fucking assumption, because I tell you guys that you should only be creating assumptions that benefit you. If it doesn't benefit you, why the fuck are you creating an assumption? For what? Because now because the problem with this is, while you're affirming for the opposite, this is already fucking an assumption now, because you kept telling yourself this stupid shit. And so now you're trying to now you have to work in overtime to override the fucking assumption, because this one's already an assumption. So now you have to robotically affirm for this, which is bullshit, because you didn't even need to do that in the first place, because now this is stalling your manifestation. Okay. That's where I made this whole video yesterday, because that's where the whole self-concept shit comes into play. Right? Where you guys will sit there and be like, I have a low self-concept. That may be, and I think people are getting self-concept fucking distorted and confused. Okay, like what the fuck is a low self-concept? A low self-concept means that you like literally look at yourself like a pile of shit. Like you're not worth anything, like all of that stuff. You don't have a low self-concept, okay? Or a crappy self-concept, but you keep telling yourself that because you keep justifying stupid shit in your mind in hopes that makes you feel fucking better. But the problem is, now you believe you have a low self-concept. You believe you're never chosen. You believe all these things. Now these are assumptions that you have. So now you have to go in overdrive to rewire that assumption. Why are you doing that? Why are you fucking doing that to yourself? Instead, like this is the video I made. Instead, why don't you, think about telling yourself that every day your self-concept improves? Or, I have a great self-concept. Why don't you fucking tell yourself that? Instead, because when you tell yourself that repeatedly, because you're telling yourself the opposite repeatedly, okay? So when you tell yourself the opposite, like you have a great self-concept, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to have a great self-concept. So what's your pleasure? Do you want a shitty self-concept or a great self-concept? Because one or the other, you're identifying with one of them. And this to me doesn't make any sense, because it's like you guys try to justify and put a label on stupid shit, okay? Like stupid stuff, where it's like, okay, let me like rationalize and think logically here for a second, okay? So you're telling me you have a low self-concept. But yeah, you've managed to get boyfriend after boyfriend after boyfriend after boyfriend, get men to fall in love with you, get like all that stuff, and you have a low self-concept? For what? For fucking what? Because it didn't end the way that you wanted it to? Well, that's because you created that shit. That has nothing to do with a low self-concept. What you started doing is just you're carrying, I told you, your relationships are patterns, okay? Everything is a pattern in your life, especially in your relationships. So it's like, you're sitting there attacking your fucking self based on past relationships. For what? For fucking what? You created that shit, and then you created it again, then you created it again, then you created it again. And you're proving yourself right every time. Because all you're doing is questioning shit that they're telling you, questioning everything under the fucking sun, and wondering why it keeps producing, why you keep proving yourself right. You need to stop doing that shit. Like, it's fucking stupid. What you guys question, the things that you guys question, honestly, like I keep telling you guys, is, KS Nerd. Let me get to you in one hot sec. What I keep telling you guys is that this is all patterns. So you're always proving yourself right. So let's say you questioned your first relationship and you're wondering if there was somebody else. Then all of a sudden you prove yourself right? You find out there's gutter trash. Now you're like, shit. Okay, crap, I manifest. And at that time, you don't know you manifested that shit, right? Hey, CC. At the time, you don't know you manifested because you're not aware of it yet, right? So, but you proved yourself right. So then you have another relationship and you start questioning the shit that they're doing. Why? Because the last time you were right. Okay. So because of that, now you're questioning this relationship, and guess what? You end up proving yourself again. Right. And it's this pattern that happens over and over and over again. And then you're just like, my self-concept is shit. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, stop doing that. Stop doing that. I don't even care if you have a low self-concept, but the more you keep telling yourself that, do you think magically it's going to change? No, it's not. So let's get a grip. Okay. Now, revision. Okay, so I'm not a fan of revision when it comes to visualization, right? For me, it just never worked for me. Because I was like, how do you play? Because what confused me is, how do you play a scene differently? You know what I mean? Like, okay, so you're supposed to like, how do you revise a breakup as if it never happened? You're supposed to like, instead of the breakup, you're just supposed to imagine that day where you guys were like lovey-dovey on the couch. For me, that never made any sense. So instead, I found revision through affirming better. I feel like it worked better for me by saying like, I've always had the best luck with relationships, right? So therefore wipes out all the trash you dealt with in the past. Or saying, we've always been together, which implies that you never broke up, right? We've always been together. I'm the only one he's ever loved. Implies he's never loved anyone else, right? So when you use always or ever or things like that, then that's revising the past, which you all need to fucking be doing. You all should be telling yourself that I've always had the best luck with relationships. Like, I've always had the best luck with men. You should all be telling yourself that, unless you're a man, then of course say woman, you know? But you should all be telling yourself that, because hey, Josecito. Hey, Rupa. Hey, Angela. Because what you don't get is by telling yourself the opposite. Hey, Maricel. Then that revises the past, right? So you can easily revise anything from your past. Like if you want, there was actually a story where a lady, her daughter died. Okay. Her baby passed away. So she went and revised. And I swear, it's wild. I swear they went to the morgue to like go pick up their daughter. And she started breathing again. Creepy, right? But like, how powerful is that, right? There's been people have been able to revise, reverse age their dogs, things like that, because they just started identifying it as them as being younger than they were. Hey, Janelle. There's been people that have been able to revise, about their how long they've been together with their relationship, where to the point where the whole family literally all thought they were together for many, many years, even though they weren't. Okay. So there's all that type of stuff, because your reality shifts when you revise the past. Okay. So I would start there. Yeah, that's wild. Like, there's a lot of wild revision stories, but that's what I would do. You all should be revising your past relationships, so therefore, maybe you don't carry that same shit into this one. Just saying that might be a good idea. It's just tell yourself, I've always had the best luck relationships. I've always only had healthy relationships. I've always had loyal partners. We'll just start with the obvious one, because you guys question everything. Like, you're just waiting for them to cheat on you. It's like, yeah, let me sit there and wait. Please cheat on me. Please cheat on me. Please cheat on me. Because that's what you're fucking doing every time you question every damn thing they do. Okay, everything they do, you question it. They're going to the grocery store, really? You see them, God forbid, they look at their phone and text their friend. You're like, who's he texting? Right? And then some of you guys will go and investigate the shit. You're digging. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I know my boyfriend's passcode on his phone. Do you think I go there and snoop in his phone? For what? For what? That's trust issues, guys. Like, you guys have some serious trust issues with your partner, and then are upset because you prove your fucking selves right. Kalai. Let me ask you this. If I was to tell you to text your SP right now, how does it make you feel? Do you know if they would respond? And do you know how they would respond? I'll wait for your answer. If you said no to those questions, I wouldn't text them. I wouldn't make the first move. Because you should know how they're going to respond, because you're expecting perfect boyfriend. So you should know how they're going to respond, and you should know that they will respond. Okay. On top of that, if you're going to make the fucking first move, let me tell you right now, that first move better be like, hey, how's it going? Just, hey, just thought about you and wanted to see how you're doing. That better be how the fucking first move goes. If you think you're going to text them and want to talk about the past and want to beg, plead for their forgiveness and beg for them to take you back, I wouldn't highly recommend that. It doesn't work out. Like ever, like literally ever. Okay, when me and my boyfriend got back into contact, it was like flirtatious type contact. Like we hadn't talked in like 8 months, right? So I think I did make the first move, actually. Oh, you know what? I did make the first move to contact him. Well, he gave me his phone number, right? So he sought me out and gave me his new number. And yeah, no, he contacted me. But when we actually like talked for the first time, I made the first move. But it wasn't making the first move. I literally was trying to go to the fucking pool and the gate was locked. So, and because he worked on the property, I was like, hey, so this is completely random, but is there any way you might be able to come and unlock the pool for me? That was literally the conversation. Okay. So it wasn't like, hey, oh my God, what you doing? Like, I've missed you so much. It wasn't that bullshit at all. Right. And we ended up talking. I ended up not going to the pool for like an hour and a half. I wanted him to open up the goddamn gate. He wasn't home. But we ended up talking on the phone for like 2 hours, just like not about us. Not about all that shit, just about like random stuff, just normal conversation. And then he would bring it up like, yeah, I do miss you. I did realize after, we weren't together that I really enjoyed peace. Like there was never any drama with you. Like you brought peace to my life and I didn't realize how important that was to me, right? Like random little things like that. And then the rest of the day, now that I was at the fucking pool, the rest of the day, we would have like flirtatious banter, which he would initiate, right? He'd be like, you look good today, like flip over, right? It was all day, we talked all day, but it was flirtatious banter that he initiated, not me. Okay, so that's what I would recommend for you. First of all, you haven't been manifesting him for 2 months. Okay, because that's where I say I would strongly suggest if you text him that it is a like, hey, how's it going? Text. Because you haven't manifested him for 2 months. Because if you were manifesting him, like actually manifesting him, like how I teach for 2 months, it wouldn't have taken 2 months. Like at all. There's people manifesting their SPs back in 4 days, 2 weeks, full turnarounds. 48 hours. I had somebody text me the other day, complete turnaround, 48 hours. And he contacted her. So you wouldn't have to. So that's where I'm saying you haven't been manifesting him back for 2 months. So I would take a look at what you're doing and let's tighten that shit up because it doesn't take that long to manifest your SP back. Scientifically, Adrian, does manifesting exist? Yes. You are always manifesting, right? Your entire life is a manifestation. It's only based on your most dominant thoughts. So whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you speak about, you bring about too. So everything that you have is because you thought about it that way, right? So when I walk people down memory lane, because I do that every day, because I get new people that tune into my lives, and I got to get you guys to realize that you created the breakup. I actually had one person on a call with me yesterday where she was clueless. She was like, not clueless, but she was like, I have no idea. I honestly have no idea what caused the breakup. I have no idea. And so I was like, well, let's stroll down memory lane a little bit, right? And because her situation was very similar to mine, somewhat similar to mine, where it's like you didn't see it coming, but you created it, right? And so when I broke it down to her and told her what she did, she was like, well, that makes a lot of sense now. Now I totally see how I created this problem. Right, so now we can fix it. Okay, now we can fix it. Okay, so you're not learning how to manifest. Manifestation is not something you're learning how to do. What you're learning how to do here is how to control what you're manifesting, right? How to focus on what it is that you want, think from a person that has what you want, and then create it. Okay, like that's all you're learning how to do. Because up until this point, all of your manifestations have been running on autopilot. Your thoughts have been running on autopilot. Like you just let them fly. right? Your thoughts are your thoughts. And you just keep it pushing, but it's actually pushing out into your reality. And most negative things are pushing out quicker than the positive because it's so easy for everybody to think of negatively, right? So there's that part. So we don't want that shit anymore. Okay. And so Divine Valley, do I have any videos on removing 3Ps? Yeah, we call them gutter trash around here. But yeah, on my YouTube channel, I do talk about how to manifest a gutter trash away quickly, like real quickly. But I'll probably gonna update that video to describe it a little bit more on why that works, right? Because I think I walk you through how to do it for sure, and my stance on that doesn't change, but I don't think I explained to you exactly how that works. So we'll say this. So here, I only have 2 hands. So here's you, here's SP, and here's gutter trash, right? So they're together. So instead, what we need to do is we need to leverage the law to work in our favor, right? Don't worry, gutter trash will do all the work for you and not even know she's doing it. That's the best part about it. Gutter trash actually aids in your manifestation, okay? Because she does exactly what you do, okay? And because she spiritually sleeps. So what happens is they're together. So now you need to figure out, okay, well, how do I build a wedge between them, right? So what do I want to assume to be true about her? Because whatever you assume to be true about somebody, they must be that way to you. They must show up in your reality as how you assume them to be. So if you assume that the gutter trash is crazy, well, guess what she has to show up as? Crazy, unstable, angry, right? Enraged. And so like you can be like, she's batshit crazy. You can just say she's crazy. That's what I said. She's fucking crazy. Right? But we want to create assumptions about her that benefit you, don't hurt you. So you can't say things like she's controlling. That's not a good one because that doesn't help you. Because if you view her as controlling, guess what she has to continue to do? Control SP. Okay? And as much as you see the writing on the wall, he's not going to see it. He has to literally allow him. Look at this. I just got another text. She's got a lot of movement yesterday. That's because what I teach works. So she, that's what I'm saying. 2 months? What the fuck? I ain't got time for that. So anyway, if you view them as controlling or manipulative, even though the evidence is clear as day, right, to you, it doesn't matter. They have to continue to manipulate and control SP. Okay, so that's not a good identity to give her, right? That's not a good assumption to make about her. Instead, you want one that benefits you. Like, she's got serious anger at you. She's a complete bitch. Let's say your SP has children, right? And they're important to him. She doesn't even like kids. She fucking hates kids. It's like she's literally a bitch. She hates kids, right? Because now that's going to cause a wedge, right? Because she has to show up that way. I like crazy, personally. Those that use crazy literally see the gutter trash become crazy in 24 hours, okay? So now you've identified them as, we'll say, crazy, right? And then I believe in affirming gutter trash away because it speeds it up. It keeps your thoughts in check, right? So you're not thinking about them together or you're not thinking about gutter trash. So instead you affirm them away, right? You affirm the wedge. So it's like, I would say things like, he can't stand her. He's disgusted by her. He wants nothing to do with her. Then I wanted to speed the shit up. And I said, they argue all day, every day. They literally started arguing within hours and it never stopped. It amplified. Okay. So now the wedge has been created. Now gutter trash is going to do what you try to do to save your relationship. Force the 3D, right? And we all know how that works. It doesn't work. So now since she's trying to force a 3D, wedge has been created. And what does she do? Push him away, just like you did, right? Push him away, push him away, push him away. But you're also affirming for you and SP. So now he turns around and comes on home to mama. They help you actually, because they know they do exactly what you tried to do, exactly what everybody else tried to do. And we all know how that panned out. Not good, right? And then once they're gone, now they're going to continue to do what the fuck you tried to do. And that's try to get them back and plead their case and harass them and fucking act even crazier. And then there we go. Now we close the dumpster. We already sent, now you sent gutter trash back to the dumpster that she crawled out of. And now you want to go ahead and close that fucking lid and let the dump truck take her away. Right? Now we don't feed any more life into that. Okay. But what you can't do is start questioning. Once you get confirmation, because you don't have to seek confirmation, you will know because he will tell you. And oftentimes he will repeat your affirmations back to you when he's describing gutter trash. That's the fun part. And so then, but the key is to not breathe any life into that anymore, right? Because if you do, you can very much find yourself bringing her back. Okay. That happened to me. So learn from me. Okay. So now then you just show her away like, no, she's gone away. She's completely gone away. Right. And so therefore you don't bring her back. Okay. Or create a new gutter trash. Okay. Because after that point, you can't go around, because you have to understand you created the gutter trash. Let's start there. Thanks, Erica. You created the gutter trash. So you can't go and start questioning everything they fucking do after that point, after gutter trash is gone, because now what are you going to do? You might very well create another gutter trash. And who the fuck wants to keep doing that shit? You know what I mean? So a lot of you guys need to start trusting your SPs and taking their fucking word for shit. Because every time you question them, it doesn't work out. I told you guys, there's only 2 questions you should ever ask your SP. And that is, how was your day today? And what the fuck you having for dinner? Like those type of questions. Generic. You should never ask a question about your relationship. Ever. You should never ask him a question on his feelings towards you, ever. You should never ask him about your future, wanting to commit, none of that shit. You should never ask him any of that stuff, because every time you ask a question relating to your relationship or how he feels about you, have you ever noticed that you always get the answer you don't want to hear? Of course. You know why? And eventually you will, because you wouldn't have to question how he feels about you if you fucking knew how he felt about you, right? So since you obviously feel that you're doubting how he feels about you, well, he's going to give you a doubting answer. Okay. Which is why I tell you guys, a lot of times you will notice that it's you. Now that you're spiritually awake, you will notice that it's you, because oftentimes they will say things that show you that, where they'll be like, I just don't know why I feel this way. Of course they don't, because it's not them, it's you, right? Or I don't know where this is coming from, or I just don't know how I feel. Thanks, Kim Fines. You know, of course they don't, because it's all you. You're conflicted in your thoughts. So therefore they're conflicted in theirs. They're confused. They don't know why they feel this way. You know, like, I don't know what I want. Of course they don't, because you don't know what they want. So they have to tell you that I don't know what I want. You know, and that shit's not the vibe. So don't fucking ask a question that you don't want to know the answer to, because you're most likely going to get the answer you don't fucking want. Every time. And who the hell wants to hear that shit? Because here's the thing. If you would just tell yourself, no, he absolutely loves me. Even if you find yourself questioning how he feels about you. Thanks, Cammy girl. You know, even if you find yourself questioning how he feels about you, in your mind, though, you have to be like, no, he absolutely loves me. He absolutely loves me. He loves me, because he will reflect that. But if you ask his ass, he's going to be like, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like it's not working out. He's going to give you that fucking answer you don't want. So what the fuck are you asking for? Do you want him to hurt your fucking feelings? That doesn't sound like the fucking vibe to me. I only want to hear what I want to hear. So therefore, I don't need to ask a goddamn question if I don't want to hear the answer. You know, because you have to assume, okay, I'm about to ask this question, goddamn question, if I don't want to hear the answer. You know, because you have to assume, okay, I'm about to ask this question. And so somebody yesterday, oh, I'm about to ask this question. Shit, I got the answer that, am I prepared for the wrong answer? The one I don't want to hear, because that's the exact answer you're going to get. It's fucking stupid. So stop doing that shit. I told you guys, I never ever once mentioned living with my boyfriend to him. Never once. Did I ever talk about us living together? Because he had his own place, I had mine. You know, and so I never once mentioned that. And his place was paid for by the company. So I never mentioned it to him. But in here, he wants to live with me. He wants to live with me. And now we're living together. I never once had to verbalize that shit. For what? For what? Because if I would have talked about it, he would have been like, how's that going to happen? Like, the company pays for my place. And I don't want you living here. He didn't want me living in his place because his place was a shithole. We'll say the least. That's what happens when you bring gutter trash into your house. They make it a shithole. So, I don't want to hear that. So, I did it in here. And it reflected and pushed out. General, I'm sorry, I'm really bad at that shit. Generally answer, if you give me a minute. Who is that? What question? I prefer questions in English because I don't know how to speak the other shit. Sorry, guys. I'm going to start telling myself I speak fluent Spanish, but I'm not going to tell my boyfriend. I'm just going to know what's being said. I'm just kidding. He doesn't fucking speak. He never speaks in Spanish. So you can revise by speaking out loud or whispering or just thinking the opposite. Sexy Summer, you can revise. You can revise speaking out loud if you want. Like, there's no right or wrong way to speak your affirmations. You can speak them out loud. If you can't control your thoughts and you find that your mind is wavering, then I would speak it out loud because you can't think and speak at the same time. Go ahead, try. Can't do it. So because of that, you can say it out loud, especially if the thoughts are spiraling. If people's thoughts are spiraling, they're not spiraling good thoughts, right? Who the fuck spirals good thoughts, right? I mean, I think you should, but most often your thoughts are spiraling because they're negative. So if that's the case, then speak it out loud. Say your affirmations out loud. It shuts your mind off. It doesn't shut it off, but it quiets it, right? You can't think anymore. So it stops the spiraling. Okay, I tell every fucking body that shit. And then whispering, I don't think you have to whisper, but also just tell yourself the opposite. Like, so you can all, like, if you're talking about your relationship, you can revise your breakup by saying we've always been together, which means that, like, we've always been in a relationship, which means you never broke up, right? So you can do that. And that revises it by using the word always. Like, I've always had plenty of money implies you've never been broke. Okay. It implies you've never had money problems, because a lot of people have money problems due to something that they witnessed as a child, right? Maybe their family constantly fought about money. Maybe they were raised by a single mom that financially struggled, things like that. So by saying you've always had a lot of money or I've never had money problems implies you've never or always have had something different, right? Like we never broke. You can literally say that we've never broke up. We never broke up. We've always had the best relationship. That revises it. But you have to touch. But revision is no different than affirming. You can't say something one fucking time, be like, job done. Job is done. You can't do that, right? So instead, you have to tell yourself that enough to where, so just make that an affirmation. Just make that an affirmation, and you'll be totally fine. How to deal with it. Marilyn, you have a lot of trouble in your family because of a divorce. Okay, so you need to tell a different story. Okay, you need to tell a different story. So if you have a lot of trouble in your family, your subconscious mind knows what you're referring to. Okay, so you don't have to you don't have to tell a different story per family member. But if you have a lot of trouble in your family, as long as you say that, your family's going to continue to have a lot of trouble. Right? We don't want that. And let's definitely not blame it on a divorce, right? So instead, and if that's the case, if that's what caused it, you can revise the divorce and be like, my parents had the most healthy divorce. Like, they had such a calm divorce, and the family all gets along. Like, the family's better than ever. We are closer than ever. You can describe your family in a way that you are together, that you guys are happy together, that everyone gets along. We have the best family ever. Like, we don't have any problems. We literally constantly get along. We're closer than ever, right? Describe your family dynamic that way. And this isn't something you have to affirm for, okay? Whenever you're describing and changing somebody's story, you don't have to affirm your life away for that. It's just you need to describe it differently, okay? So, like, let's say you're talking to your friend, right? And your friend is like, "How's the family doing?" Just like, you know what? They're actually doing pretty good. They're actually doing pretty good. Everyone's getting along a lot better now. Or if they know you personally like that, they could just be like, you know what? Every day they're getting better. Like, they're getting better, right? Because that will change the story for your entire family. And you will start to notice changes in your 3D. You will start to notice that your family doesn't bitch about each other as much, or they start to get along, right? And that's what we want. And so describe your family exactly how you want them to be, and your family dynamic will completely turn around. But again, it's just story mode. So, like, a couple times a day, or whenever you think about your family and the problems, then just be like, no, my family has no problems. They all get along. My family always gets along. Like, they're actually very close, right? And describe that in your mind every time you think about your family, just real quick. And they will change actually pretty quickly. I love changing people's lives. Riley, yes, you can manifest someone who's seen you, who you've never seen before. That's like manifesting a celebrity. They don't even know you exist, right? I was on a call actually with a member yesterday that wrote down a list of everything that she wanted in a person, like her perfect person. She just described him, wrote down a list, and she forgot about it. And then she had met a guy that was not her typical type, and ran across that list in her dresser drawer, pulled it out and read it, and he checked all the boxes. Okay, and she had written that before she had even met him. And he had tried to contact her for years on some dating app. She never paid any attention to him, but all of a sudden, she decided, well, what the hell? May as well talk to him, even though he wasn't like her type per se. And that's the subconscious mind bringing that person into your reality, right? Same with me, is I knew my boyfriend for 5 years. Like he had came in and serviced my apartment the whole bit. I had never paid any attention to him. And he told me that after we got together, after we started dating, he's like, he goes, I've been trying to get your attention for years. And you never talked to me. You never entertained me at all. And it was one day I was at the pool. He does not go down the pool. He's like whiter than a ghost. And he never goes down the pool. One day he decided to go down the pool and shoot a shot. And I'll never forget texting my friend. And I was like, the maintenance guy's pretty hot. And my friend goes, bitch, you better stop, because I told you sometimes I would have moments at the pool. And so my friend is like, bitch, you better stop. And so I was like, I gave him my number. Then we started talking. And but before I started talking to him, I had told my my friend that I don't want, like, the guys that I'm all done dating the guys that I typically date. I want something new. I want something totally new. And totally opposite of what I had. And my boyfriend was totally opposite of the guys that I typically dated. But he checked all those fucking boxes. And it was just, I had never paid any attention to him until that day. But it was after I had made the decision that I wanted something new. And all of a sudden he appeared, right? He'd been here, but was not in my awareness until then. Okay. So same thing with you. If you have a person in mind, you can literally pull up his picture. You can affirm for him. Your subconscious mind knows who you're referring to. Okay. So you can affirm that he notices you, that he's constantly trying to get my attention. Like I'm all he ever thinks about. You can affirm that he's always calling and texting me. Right? I think any of you that have affirmations should affirm for movement. One of your affirmations should affirm for movement. Okay? Because you can literally be like, girl, who is that? Is that the text? Are you the one that texted me? Okay. I'm gonna, if you texted me a minute ago, I'm gonna text you back, all right? Because I'm super excited. I love a good, huge movement story. She played her cards really well, guys, by the way. She played her cards really well. I told her, I said, well played, bitch. Well played. Leverage family. I told you guys, leverage family. Why not? Why not? You know, I'll tell her story. I don't give a shit. I thought it was well played. Okay, so you guys there's some people, and you guys can take note. Okay, because there's some family members in your SP's life that you're very close with, right? That you're very close with, that you know they love you, right? Like, let's say the mom. You know the mom loves you. Like, she absolutely loves you, and you're actually really close with her. So leverage the mom, right? So the mom, I think it was the mom. Yeah, she had or grandma, whatever, had a big milestone birthday party. So she sent a gift. Well, guess what? She wasn't at the party, but she was very much at the party, because they were messaging her saying, you know, she really liked the gift, blah, 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 blah. And then guess who messaged her thanking her for the gift? Her SP. Well played. Just need the icebreaker. Top of mind. Top of mind. I thought it was fucking amazing. Okay, Rupa, how do you get him to talk about personal stuff? You need to start telling yourself, you need to describe him that way. You need to start telling yourself that he like communicates everything with me. He tells me every fucking thing. Because a lot of you guys need to describe your SP that way, because a lot of you have a communication problem, right? Where you feel they don't describe, they talk to you, but they don't, when you were dating, but they wouldn't tell you like how they felt about certain things, or they would tend to be closed off about their feelings, and so forth. And they wouldn't communicate certain things with you. So you need to start describing them in a way where they tell you everything. Like they literally tell you everything. They communicate all they're always communicating their feelings with you, right? You need to tell him, you need to describe him that way, and he will start to tell you his personal stuff. But don't probe for his shit. Don't do that. Okay. And that's the thing too, is a lot of you guys like to verbalize the shit where you're like, I need you to communicate with me. I just need you to communicate with me. And your definition of communicate is different than their definition, right? Everyone has a different definition of everything. So it's like communicate with me is, then they're like, what the fuck you talking? Like in a guy's mind, they could literally be like, what are you talking about? Like I fucking talk to you all the time. That's their definition of communication, right? What are you talking about? I just talked to you like 2 minutes ago. And then, so they don't quite know what you mean by that, or they take offense by that and they start to pull back because you're verbalizing, you're commanding them verbally to do something, right? Versus in here, he tells me everything. He's constantly telling me everything. So then it's now his idea, and he now starts to tell you everything. Okay? Divine Valley, circumstances don't, hey, prima donna, Divine Valley, circumstances don't fucking matter. Okay? So who cares if they have a child together? Do you know how many people co-parent? Do you know how many single parents are out there in this world? Literally. How many people co-parent? However, you're creating a circumstance. Okay? So you're creating a circumstance. So if you create an obstacle standing in between you and your SP, that will be true for you. Okay? Where literally, I dealt with this. I dealt with this the other day where, if you create that circumstance, it's like they'll literally verbalize to you that they don't want to be with that person, right? Like they'll literally tell you, like, I don't want to be with her. And then in your mind, you're like, then what the fuck are you with her for? If you literally don't want to be with her, why are you still with her? Because of you, bitch. Because of you. Because you're creating an obstacle, which means he must oblige by it. So that's where it will make no sense to you, because you'd be like, you don't want to be with her, but yet you're with her. Please explain. Right? But that's because you've created the child together as an obstacle standing between you and SP. So even though he doesn't technically want to be with her, he has to be with her because you believe he's with her for the child. We can't do that. We cannot do that. So you got to ditch the fucking obstacle, okay? And be like, no, he's happy to co-parent. Actually, they have the best co-parenting relationship. Co-parenting implies they're not together, by the way. Okay. So, because you don't want the child to suffer, right? In anything that you're manifesting. So instead of shooing like the bitch completely out of his life, right? It's like, no, they just have the best co-parenting relationship. Like they literally do great at co-parenting. So therefore, they're both still very active in the child's life, because if not, that could backfire, right? And now she's taking him to court, trying to take away his rights to the child. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want that. How do you get in this state? Okay, look, Casper, you cannot come from a place of missing your SP. I know you miss your SP. Like, who wouldn't, right? I missed my SP too, but you can't you have to focus, okay? If you keep coming from a place of missing your SP, guess what? That implies you're not together, right? And you're just going to keep missing her ass for a freaking very long ass time, okay? So I would not recommend that. Instead, I'd do what I fucking tell you to do, Casper. If you would just do everything I told your ass to do and stop focusing on the time and assume that bitch is yours right now, guess what? You wouldn't have to worry about it. You wouldn't have to worry about it. Yeah, no. That what a condescending. What like I would be like the biggest fraud on the internet if I'm over here teaching you how to manifest your SP back. That I'm whole ass single. Jackie, is it recommended to? Sorry, some of these comments. If you left them like a while ago and I didn't get to it, drop it again because it like totally refreshed, and I'm not going to scroll back through miles of fucking comments. Okay. Is it recommended to manifest your SP who's an avoidant? Okay, here's the thing. Stop calling him an avoidant, Jackie. Okay. But the only reason he's an avoidant, I did not even, I swear I did not even know that was a fucking word to describe somebody. But the only reason he's an avoidant is because you assume he is, right? You created that. So if you assume he's an avoidant, he has to avoid you, right? He literally can't come back around if you keep referring to him as avoidant. Okay, like, because avoidant people don't contact you, do they? Do avoidant people come see you? Do avoidant people want to be with you? No. So the only reason he's an avoidant is because you did something after the breakup or during the breakup that caused him to avoid you. Okay. You probably stalked his social media. Hell, a lot of you guys drive to their house. Like, what the fuck are you planning? What were you hoping to accomplish? What do you hope to accomplish when you call them, they don't answer the phone, you text them, they don't respond, and then you show up to their house? What were you expecting to do there? Catch a fucking charge? You're trying to catch a trespassing charge? Like, what? I don't understand what you were trying to accomplish, right? But you did something. You reacted in a certain way during your breakup or after your breakup that caused him to be avoidant. Okay. So now you're like, he's avoidant. No, but that's because you created that shit, right? Who the hell wants a bona fide stalker once they break up? All you do, your behavior after the breakup literally solidifies in their mind exactly why they don't want to be with you. So you need to change that shit, right? He's only avoidant because you created that. So the good thing is if you describe him differently, you can create something different with him. Okay. You can manifest whoever you want back, but you've got to see him differently. You can't see, none of you guys should be looking at your SPs as who they are today, unless they're your fucking Prince Charming today. None of you guys should be looking at them at the version they are today because you created that shit. You literally changed them. You reprogrammed them to be what you didn't want them to be for you. So why are you reacting to who they are today? Have you ever thought about it this way? So if you program somebody to change, like to be a different version, the one that they are now, the one that broke up with you, have you ever thought, if you created this version, if you don't change that version, how the fuck could you manifest them back? How the hell can they be your perfect person if you don't change the version of them to something different? Instead, you want to focus on who they are today, but you're the one that changed them to be who they are today. You're the one that chose this version of them. So because of that, if you keep focusing on who they are today, you're continuing to choose the version they are today, which is the version you don't fucking want. That doesn't make any sense. Then you guys at the same time are crying, saying you miss them. I want them back. Well, they can't come back if they're still the same version that left your ass. Does that make any fucking sense? Does that make any sense? They're the version that left you. And they're still the version that left you because you're not recreating them to be the person that you love, to be the person that was, stellar in your relationship, that treated you like a queen, that, the person that, you first dated, that was all about you, that loved you, that cared about you, that was all about you, like did all the things that you wanted in a perfect person. You had that. And then you fucked it up by selecting a new version of him, the one that you didn't want. And then you just let that ride. You let it rode because you didn't know any different at that time. So you just selected that version and kept that version of him alive. Then it led to the breakup, but you still never selected a new fucking version. So that's still the same person that's in your reality right now. It's still the same version, the version of the man that broke your heart. The version of the man that dumped your ass. The version of the man that told you he wants nothing to fucking do with you. because you haven't changed it. Oh, see, Divine Valley. So if you want gutter trash to be removed, that's one coaching program. And then if you want to manifest a relationship with your SP, that's a whole nother session. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It doesn't matter. You can do on what? Rooted Dance Company, date 10. Bitch, shoot that to the top and put Rooted at the top, because what the fuck? Date 10? This is unacceptable. Unacceptable for me. And I fucking love you, bitch. So what the? This is completely unacceptable. I'll respond right after this live. That I promise. Okay? You can get anyone. It's a matter of time, right? Do you want to spend 30 minutes together or an hour to deep dive and figure out what the fuck is going on, and then get your shit right and tight, and then I can answer any questions that you have, and we recreate everything on the spot for you. So you know exactly what you're saying, what you're doing, and what version of your SP you're selecting. And then I kick your ass when you get out of line after that. Because you continue to get support with me by text. So then I have to kick your ass if you get out of line and try to detour. Because I don't let you detour. My ass is to drag your ass right on back to where you're supposed to be going. Andy, I would want him to contact you first. I would. Because whatever you're going to say, because that's the problem. Whatever you're going to say, if you initiate contact, probably is forcing the 3D. Most likely it's forcing the 3D because you can't control yourself, right? You guys can't control yourself. So the second you message him, oh, you're not going to say hello. Okay? Like, and even if you did, he's going to respond back, and then guess what? Now you're like, oh, we're back to normal in your mind. And so then what do? He responds back to you, and you send him 17 fucking replies. And then wonder why he goes silent again and read that shit because you just spammed his ass, right? You need to do things differently, not the same. Sebastian, my friend, what's up? Jennifer, I had a goal. This apartment I want and have been living in internally for months. So a couple things you can do, Sebastian, is one, your subconscious mind knows the apartment you want, right? So you could imagine a phone conversation. You could do the telephone technique, right? Where you imagine a conversation that you're having on the phone, 5 seconds. It's literally 5 seconds. Where you call somebody like that you recognize their voice. And you could be like, let's say it's your mom or your buddy. And you could literally be like, dude, I totally just got approved for this apartment. I'm so excited. And then your friend is like, I'm so happy for you. Loop, 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 loop. Okay, and you just do that for a couple minutes a day, is hear yourself say, I just got accepted to this apartment. Like, I just got approved for the apartment. I'm moving in. And I'm about to move in. And then your friend says, dude, I'm so happy for you. Over and over and over and over and over again. Okay, the second thing you can do is... first of all, stop referring to it as a goal. Goals are stupid. And they imply future tense, okay? Yeah, for months, that's a long-ass time for you to be living internally, okay? Instead, why don't you pack up a couple boxes of things that you don't need, right? Things that you won't need. Why don't you pack up a couple boxes and put, like, the apartment complex's name on it, you know? Or... kitchen, you know, things like that to imply that you're moving. Okay, I'm not saying go box up your whole shit. Okay, the second thing you can do is affirm for it, like literally affirm for it and be like, you know, I'm moving into, I just got the perfect apartment. I literally just got the perfect, they just approved me for the apartment. You know, I'm moving into my apartment and I'm so happy, like things like that, right? But the telephone technique works really good, especially when it comes to things like that. That's what I would do. Go take a picture of that bad boy. Go take a tour of that bitch. Sebastian, what do you mean you're not any closer to moving in or even moving in general? Is this like monetary wise? Are you talking money wise? I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. Do you guys like my hair today? I just washed it. I feel like this whole thing over here is going to be like the new style. as long as I don't fuck it up. I don't style my hair like at all. At all. Best thing I do is brush that shit. But I just did it and I was like, I like it this way. Maybe I'll take a picture so I can remember how it looked. Yeah, you know what? It's probably a good ass idea, Mystical Willow. That's probably a good ass idea. Because I'm all over the fucking place. I'm all over the place. We'll have to work something out. Wow, Jenny, look at this. Thanks, MKD. Thanks, girlfriend. After manifesting, my SP is being very quiet and reserved with me. Okay, so Jerry, we'll call you that. After you're okay, so you have your SP back, right? And he's being very quiet. Stop. Okay, I want you to check your thoughts, okay? Thanks, Cami Fines, girl. I want you to check your thoughts when it comes to your SP, okay? Because you're replaying thought, you're having thoughts right now that are aligning, that are justifying or making, or questioning his quietness, his silence, okay? So those are gonna prove true, okay? So the one thing because I had this happen, there's a lot of people that will jump on a call with me and they'll talk to me about their situation and it's proven true, right? Where they always say like, I felt like he was really quiet. Like I felt like he was getting really quiet recently and so forth. And then I reached out and, he started getting distant and then the breakup. Okay. So I want you to really pay attention to your thoughts and I want you to only apply the meaning, the meaning to being very quiet and reserved. I want you to apply the meaning that, I want you to give it a different meaning. Okay. Assign a meaning that you want it to mean, not what you're right now playing in your mind. Okay. Because whatever you're playing in your mind right now, it's going to prove true. And there's no way that you're going to tell me you're not playing shit in your mind. You're human. Okay. Like you're literally human. So, if my boyfriend was to all of a sudden go quiet and like back up a little bit, yeah, you're going to have wavering thoughts, right? Your mind is going to start thinking, but remember, nothing is ever confirmed until you confirm it. Okay. So let's say he's quiet right now and he's being reserved. And now you start making up fucking scenarios on why he's quiet. What's going on? I wonder, is he talking to someone else? Like, is there another bitch? Like, what is he doing? Why is he avoiding me? Like, I did something wrong. Like, you're going to have all of these internal conversations with yourself on questioning why he's doing what he's doing. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, let this be a perfect example to all you, which is why I tell you guys that you're doing this now for yourself because you can't run your relationship the way you ran it before. Manifesting your SP back is the easy part. You got to keep them. You have to keep them. And if you go back to the same shitty thoughts you had before, questioning everything, pushing things, trying to force your 3D and all that shit, you're just going to get the same outcome you had before. So we can't do that. We need to evolve in our thoughts. So I want you to take control of your thoughts, okay? And make sure that that you're not acknowledging him being quiet or reserved. Instead, it's like, no, he's thinking about me right now. In fact, he texts me all day, every day. Like, he literally can't stand to be away from me, right? I'm all he ever thinks about. Like, we have the best relationship. You need to tell yourself that. We have the best relationship. He's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. You don't think that's what I do? Of course I do that because I know myself, okay? So I'm always going to discipline my mind. So if I ever feel any type of way, like, he doesn't like get quiet or pull back, but if I ever feel like he's having an off day, we'll take he's not like necessarily a morning person. Okay. So it takes him a little bit for him to, be his perky little self. But me, by the time his ass wakes up, I've already been up for like 2-3 hours. So I have a lot more energy. Right. So I have to remember that. So instead, what do? If I ever feel like he's got he's off energy wise, I tell myself, He's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. He's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. And I give that meaning to every fucking thing. Therefore, the quietness stops. He turns right back around. So you have two choices. You can either open up the fucking door and let his ass go away, or you can get a grip, tell yourself that he's the perfect boyfriend, you have the best relationship, and bring him back. Okay? We don't want to lose him because you're assigning negative meaning to being quiet and reserved, because either way you're going to be right. Either way you're going to be right. So what do you want to be right about, bitch? I think I'd want to be right that he's the perfect boyfriend, we have the best relationship. Because all of a sudden, he's going to act like he has not been quiet. But that's the thing, too. When he comes, like, let's say he messages you right now. Because if you assign that meaning, he'll message you, okay? And he'll come back around. But you can't be like, well, where the hell have you been? Huh? Where have you been? Why haven't you been talking to me? You can't do that. That's forcing the 3D. You literally can't do that. So instead, you have to keep it casual, keep it normal, keep it cool. Because you're in control. Right? Be like, oh, hey, like nothing is wrong. Because nothing is wrong unless you make it wrong. I know. He went back to her, purple platypus, because you did not close the fucking door. Okay? She went to the dumpster she crawled out of, but you took her out of the dumpster and brought her back. And the way you did that is by not letting her go, by still thinking about her, still questioning his behavior. Like, is he still talking to her? Like, is she gone for good? Like, that stupid shit, right? And so, or wondering after you knew she was gone, wondering like if he jumped on his phone in your mind, you were like, is he still talking to her? Is he still talking to her? And you brought her right back. This happened to a client of mine, so now we're banishing that bitch altogether from the fucking scene forever. Forever. Okay? Okay. Rooted Dance Company, I still don't have no goddamn message from you. I told your ass right now to send me a message and put Rooted in the message so I know where you're at. I don't have no message from you. Come on. 10 days is unacceptable. I literally was answering messages from Wednesday today. Yeah, Wednesday. And today. So I'm like, 10 days ago. Jesus Christ. It's a long ass time. This is unacceptable. Who we met on this app. Yeah, so Jackie, you need to see him that way again. First of all, long distance, we have to, all of you need to start, if you're in a long distance relationship, you need to stop saying that. You need to act like he lives next door to your ass. Okay? Because long distance is a circumstance. Okay? And if you view distance, he'll start to reflect that. Eventually, he will start to make it sound like distance is an issue. We don't want that. Cammy Fines is fucking, her man's coming 6,000 miles away to come be with her. So, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. So, he treated you like a queen when you met. Of course, they always do. There's only one reason why you date them, right? Who the fuck starts talking to a man is like, this guy is so arrogant and such an asshole? Yes. I love that. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one does that. So when you first met them, that's exactly how they treat you, like a fucking queen, right? They're everything you've ever wanted, which is what you learned when talking to them, which is why you started dating, which is literally why you fell in love with them, okay? That's the problem, is then over the course of your relationship, as problems occurred, as disagreements occurred, things shifted. You selected a different version. You need to go back to that version, Jackie, that treated you like a fucking queen. Okay? Go back to that version that treated you like a queen. Okay? Literally. Because that version of him exists still. I mean, they don't just fall off the cliff. That version doesn't just fall off the cliff and die. Okay, so it's like we just have to go back. You need to go back to that version of him and remember him treating you like a queen. Who was he back then? If I would have called you up on the phone and been like, bitch, how are you in your SP? What would you have said? That's how you need to see that person now. Thanks, Purple Platypus. That's how you need to see that person now. Okay, once you see that person like that now, well, then guess what? You've now selected that version, and he will come back as that version for you. Okay, while you're focusing and affirming for what you want, he will get a little, as soon as you select that version, he gets a little ping in his mind and is like, I wonder how the fuck she's doing. All of a sudden, you pop into his mind, I wonder how she's doing. I should text her to see how she's doing. Now you get contact. None of you guys have been manifesting contact forever. None of you have. It doesn't take long to get contact. It's fucking contact, for Christ's sakes. It is a text message, for goddamn sake. Okay? It is a DM. It is a phone call. It is not that difficult to message to. That's where I'm saying I don't like this living in the end, because you guys can't even get a text. That's because you're not imagining that version of your SP. You're viewing him as who the fuck he is today. Why would he text me? No, I don't think he would text me, because I'll ask you guys that. Do you think he'd text you? No. Thanks, MKD girl. And that's what a lot of you guys say. Like 99.9% of you say that shit when we get on a call. No, I don't think he would text me. The fuck, did you just find me today? You're not selecting the version of him that you want. You keep seeing him as the version he is today, which is a little bizarre to me, to be quite honest, because if you're a no contact, let's just think logically here for a second. If you're in no contact, like, how is it hard for you to see the person that he was, not the person he is today? You're not fucking talking to him today. Like, you don't even talk to him right now. You don't even see him right now. So how the hell hard is it for you guys to just be like, you know what? I'm going to select something new. Think about when you go on like a dating app, right? Like, let's say you decide, I don't want this SP. I'm going to move on. I'm just going to move on. And so you move on from SP and you go on this dating app. Are you going to view every man on the dating app as an asshole the second you talk to him? No, it's like a fresh start, right? It's something new. It's fresh. Therefore, they treat you like a queen. They do all that shit. That's the same fucking thing you're doing here now, is you're not going back to old relationship. Who the fuck wants that shit anymore? It's old. It's stale. It's dusty. You don't want that shit anymore, right? You've evolved. So what the fuck would you want the old relationship for? You don't want that anymore. You want a fresh start, something new, something fresh. So why wouldn't you just assume that you're going to have a new, fresh relationship now with the version that you want, with your Prince Charming now? Duh. What is this? I hate when you guys have cursive as your fucking names. How long should you do the picture method? I won't tell you that you need to do this every day at all. Okay. Well, I'll take that back. I will tell you, yeah, you should do it every day, because you should do it all the time for whatever the fuck you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you want? If I want my boyfriend to cook me dinner, that's what I'm going to use that low. He said he wasn't, because he's done this several times. I don't feel like cooking tonight. I'm not cooking tonight. Okay. Pull up said photo. You're making dinner tonight. Now he's dead ass tired in the kitchen making dinner. Past 2 days, I have been on coaching calls after my lives, and I'll be sitting outside talking to people. I'll sit outside talking to somebody, and sure enough, here comes my boyfriend with a plate of picture-worthy food. Yeah. Did I have to ask him to make me lunch? No. But he'll do anything to make me happy. And he has all the food. So, you know, I will, if I want sexy time when I want it, like he initiates most of the time, but, you know, when I'm in the mood, I'll look at his picture, tell him what to do. Anything I want him to do, I'll tell him what to do. Not to his face, to his photo. And he does it because it's his idea. Okay, you want him to bring you over dinner tonight? You can tell him to his photo, you're bringing us dinner tonight. You're taking me on a date tonight. So it's something that you do all the time, okay? But when it comes to anything else, I Oh, baby gorilla, if you want to know my SP story, I talk about it 35 minutes on my YouTube channel. How I manifested my SP back. I go into detail. I had all the circumstances. Which is why I don't give a fuck about the circumstances. Okay? Because I had all the circumstances. But it didn't matter. I didn't focus on the circumstance. I focused on what I wanted, which is what all you bitches need to do. Focus on what you want. So we're going to do the photo method in a minute. But what I would, let's see here. I'm not going to create an assumption in you that doesn't benefit you. So I'm not going to be like, you should do this every day for the next 30 days. No, because then you're creating the assumption that that shit ain't going to come for 30 days. No, I'm not going to do that because people can get text and contact instantly. Okay, the second they're persisting in the version of their SP that they want. When the moment you expect the version of your SP that you want, the text comes through instantly. Literally. We had somebody found me 2 days ago on fucking here. She texted me, she found me 2 days ago on here, and right away was like, I just got a text. 2 days in a row, she got a text. So I'm not going to tell you that it needs to be forever. No, I do it forever, but I just do it for petty little shit now. Yeah, because I just do it for petty little shit because that's just me. It's my personality. For all kinds of whatever I want them to do. I'll look at his phone and tell him what to do. If I think they need an attitude adjustment, you know what I mean? If I need him to do something, yeah, I'll look at his picture. You should all look at their picture and you should be saying your affirmations to your picture, or to their picture, excuse me, where you're like, we're getting back together right now. We're getting back together right now. We're getting back together right now. Or whatever the fuck you want him to say. You should be looking at him and saying your affirmation to him. Because look at it this way. If you could look at someone's picture and get him to text you, don't you think that it's the same logic? If you could look at the picture and command a text, can't you look at the picture and command to get back together? It's the same fucking thing. It literally isn't like, no, the photo method only works for a text, but you want him to come see you? No, that shit don't work. You know what I mean? It's not that way. It's thought transmission, period. So you control their thoughts 100% of the fucking time. So the more you want to sit there and think about, and you should remind yourself this, okay? If you want to continue, the more you want to sit there and think about how they're not talking to you, how they don't want anything to do with you, how they blocked you, how they, all the mean, hurtful things that they said to you. If you control his thoughts 100% of the time, then what do you want to assume he's thinking about? How he doesn't want to be with you, how he's blocked you, how he doesn't want to talk to you, how he wants nothing to do with you. What the fuck? That makes no sense. And so instead, if you control his thoughts, you should be thinking, he absolutely wants to be with me. Why wouldn't he? Like, I'm all he ever thinks about. All he can think about is being with me. That's what you should be thinking. That's what you should be telling yourself because you control his thoughts. So what do you think he's going to start thinking about? You and how he wants to be with you. Duh. So that's what your thoughts should be. Yeah, I'm all he ever thinks about. He can't stop thinking about how much he wants to be with me. All he thinks about is how much he wants to be with me. Then that's what he's going to start thinking about. Because you control his thoughts. This isn't like my opinion. This is fucking thought transmission. It's a thing. This is thought transmission, energy, whatever the fuck you want to call it. That's what this is. This is why sometimes when you're very connected, how literally like my daughter and her bestie have been friends. They've been best friends since kindergarten. Like they're like two peas in a fucking pod, but totally opposite at the same time. But they literally will buy the exact same shit and they'll wear the exact same clothes. Oftentimes, like they'll literally have the exact same sweatshirt on. There was one year that we bought their backpack on Amazon. They never even talked about their backpack, right? And there's a million different backpacks you can buy on Amazon. Well, how the fuck do they buy the exact same backpack and the exact same color? And it was not like a JanSport, okay? It like had stripes and the whole bit, exact same one. They're constantly doing that. They're constantly finishing each other's sentences, right? That's how that works. there's a connection. You actually are connected to everybody you've ever came in contact with. You are. Anyone you've ever came in contact with, anyone you've ever been around, you're connected to their energy. Okay, so they're connected to your thoughts as well. You control everybody's thoughts. So what do you want everybody to be thinking? Leverage. Leverage. You don't have to convince anybody of shit. Just pull up their picture, tell their ass what to do. Yes. Angelina, yes. There's only one reason, because remember, he has his own assumptions too, okay? So if he's told you, you should check this too within yourself. If he's told you about his past relationships, how he has trust issues, okay? You're now bringing that into your reality, okay? Because he may have very much have told you that, and that's very much true in his reality, right? Because he created that shit too, right? So then he'll be like, well, you know, my past girlfriends haven't been honest with me or whatever, so I just have trust issues, right? Or his parents, whatever, he'll tell you he has trust issues. So then in your reality, you now start justifying his behavior with, well, he said he has trust issues. Well, I know he has trust issues, right? Because you took him at his word for it. So now what you're doing now is now he has to show up based on your assumptions of him now. So now you've created trust issues with him in your relationship, and now he has to push that out. Okay, so if he thinks you're lying, yeah, first of all, don't plead your case. Guilty people plead cases. Not guilty people don't need to say shit. What's there to fucking justify? I'm not lying, so instead, I would, just start describing him like, no, he always trusts me. Like, he trusts me with everything. Like, he never questions anything that I do. Describe him that way. You don't have to necessarily affirm for it, but you need to describe him. You need to add that to your description of him, how you see him, is that he has no trust issues. He actually has no trust issues at all. He believes everything I tell him. He doesn't question shit that I say. He's always trusting of me. He believes everything I tell him. But control your thoughts. Control your thoughts, because let's just assume that your SP does think you're lying, right? Now, if you don't control your thoughts about that, you're going to be right. Okay, so like, let's assume that he thinks you're lying, and in your mind you're like, fuck. He's like, the more you think he thinks you're lying, the more he has to think you're lying. Okay, so instead be like, no, he doesn't think I'm lying at all. You know, you could look at his picture and tell him, you believe everything, you trust me, you absolutely trust me. But in your mind, though, during this time where, let's say, he's being argumentative because he thinks you're lying, control your thoughts. Because if you start to think, he thinks I'm lying, oh my God, he thinks I'm lying, is he going to break up with me? Like, is he going to break up with me because he thinks I'm lying? That will be true for you. Don't do that, okay? Remember, you're in control. You're in control, so nobody's above you in your fucking house. No one's going to call you a goddamn liar in your reality. Like, excuse me, bitch? You're so silly, because I'm going to change that about you. I'm going to change that about you right now. Okay? Divine Valley, so I always give people I always tell people to do this, okay? Where you can pull up a picture of somebody that you know. All right, it could be a coworker, anyone outside of your SP. You should all do this, actually, because I've said this a couple times before, because this is what convinced me. Okay, is you should pull up a picture, or you don't even have to pull up a picture, to be quite honest. You could just think of somebody in your life. It could be like a child, it could be a coworker, it could be somebody you see often, a bestie, anyone that you see often. Okay. And tell yourself, because I say this in my video, is tell yourself they're going to wear a certain color shirt today. You don't even have to do it for long. You can say it like a couple times, right? But tell yourself you're going to wear a certain color shirt today. And then do it for a minute and go about your life. Because you have no resistance to other people. Like, you have no resistance to this, right? Because what that means is you could care less if they do it or they don't. Like you really don't care. So because of that, they'll do it quickly because there's no resistance. So all of a sudden they will wear that color shirt. And I just proved your power. See, that's what got me at first is I sat there and said, he's a white tee type of guy, my boyfriend. At least he used to be. Now he doesn't wear white tees hardly ever. But anyway, he used to, he always wore white tees. So I was like, he's going to wear a yellow shirt today. He's going to wear a yellow shirt today. I didn't even know he had one. He's going to wear a yellow shirt today. And I said that like a couple times and I went for my walk. And like 2 hours later, I shit you not, 2 hours later, that man comes walking out of the house in a yellow shirt. I have never seen him wear that since. Now he did put it on the other day and he laughed. He's like, did you manifest this? Because I told him about that. But I laughed because he did that. And then literally like 2 hours later, he was back in a white tee. And I laughed because I was like, oh shit. If I could get him to wear a certain color shirt. Well, then I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. That's how I looked at it. So that's what I would recommend that you guys do to prove that, like, no, I literally just got somebody to do that. And so if I can get somebody to do that, what's the difference with my SP? That's where I say is, if you want to lower the resistance here, right? What did I just say about doing this on somebody else and choosing something? I said, because you don't care if they do it or not. Okay? Like there's no resistance because it really doesn't, it's really not a big deal if they wear that color shirt or they don't, right? You don't really care if what they wear. So what if you looked at the text message the same way? Which is why I tell you guys would expect a text from them because you would tell them what to do, put your phone down and go about your day. Because you just know, right? But you're not over there suffocating it and creating resistance for yourself by checking, because you don't need to check shit. You don't need to. If I do a journal on the perfect husband daily, does that help? Flashy, it can. Yes, it can do. That's scripting, right? So that can help. But throughout your day, if you're thinking about him, because I always tell people write it down, right? Write it down. So, but the key is throughout your day, if you think about your SP outside of perfect husband, then you need to tell yourself, you don't have to write that shit all day. But instead, you just need to tell yourself, no, he's the perfect husband. He's the perfect husband. He is the perfect husband. Because when you tell yourself he's the perfect husband, your subconscious mind knows who that is to you because you've been writing that shit down, right? It knows all the qualities of your perfect husband. So therefore, if you think about him not being the perfect husband or being who he is today, then you're like, no, he's the perfect husband. He's the perfect husband. He's the perfect husband. And now he is. Okay, apparently everybody wants to do that shit. Why does everyone want to give me money? What's going on? There you go, Tally. Everyone's sending me money. Shit, I want some of that money. Yeah, so Angelina, what I want you to do, yeah, I know, this is always where it comes from. He doesn't trust women. Well, now, bitch, guess what? He does. He does. You have to describe them differently. A lot of times you guys we'll talk about that after we do the photo method. Okay? So everyone hold the questions. Hold the questions. Okay? Thanks, guys. All right, we're going to hold the questions. Hold. Pause. Okay? Now, I want you guys to grab a picture of your SP out. Okay? While we're speaking here. While I'm speaking to you. Okay? Grab your photo out, okay, of your SP. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be a recent photo. Like, let's be honest, if you like dated him 3 years ago, I don't think you're gonna have a recent photo, but that's okay. Okay, so we want to get it out. Okay, we want to get out the photo, okay? Now you have the photo. That's right, Bevy. Look how coachable you're, bitch, because that's where I have mine. Still the same picture, never took it down. I don't even have the same color hair anymore. So now that you have the photo out, here's the thing. I have to get you guys to start expecting new version of your SP, okay? Not the one that's currently showing up. Like, that shit is fucking stupid, okay? Like, you either want your SP or you don't. That's like how I look at it. As you need to decide. I want you guys to decide right now. Do you fucking want your SP or do you not? Be honest with yourself. Because if the answer to that is yes, then you're going to do what the fuck I tell you to do. It's really not that hard. Okay? Okay, so I want you to go take a stroll down memory lane for just a minute, since you guys love to do that shit anyway. Okay? Since you guys love to scroll down memory lane, that's what we're going to do. So I want you to go back we're going to shoot all the way back to the beginning of your relationship. Okay? Go all the way back to the beginning of your relationship. Now, well, if you can't stand the language, Olive, sorry. Anyway, we're going to scroll all the way back down to memory lane, all the way back to when you first met your SP, when you loved this man, right? When you really loved them, okay? Where they checked all the boxes. They were your perfect person, okay? Scroll back to that time and remember that person now. How do they make you feel? They checked all the boxes. They're your perfect person. The perfect version. Go back. Right fucking now. This wasn't a question. Come on. Shoot on back. And I want you just to spend just 30 seconds and remember how you felt, how he made you feel or she made you feel when everything was perfect in your relationship. If it triggers an emotion, that's okay. Because it's the person that you love. Now you have that person. You have that version of your person. Now I want you to go ahead and I want you to grab their hand and I want you to bring it back to now, right now. That version of your person is here with you right now. Forget who they were 1 minute ago. That's no longer who they are. You just went back and brought back your perfect person. And they're standing here with you right now. Okay? Now I want you to hold that perfect person. I don't mean visualize. I don't mean actually hold him. I want you to hold that version of your specific person into your reality right now. Okay? They're here. The guy that won your heart is right here. That's who he is now for you. It's not the old version. This is your perfect version. Okay? Now, since this is your perfect version, since this is your perfect person that's here with you in your reality right now, then he's going to do all the things that perfect boyfriends and girlfriends do. Text you, want to see you, want to be with you, all of that. Okay? So now you're going to grab his picture. If you don't have a picture, you can just say it in your mind. If you can visualize his face, okay? And you're going to tell him what to do. Okay, you're going to look at his picture. If you are alone, say it out loud because you can say it with a little bit more backbone. If you are not alone, then say it in your mind. Don't look like a crazy person in your office, okay? Now, what you're going to do is you're going to put on your crown. If you're new here, you're going to put on your crown. If you've been here for more than a day, that crown should already be on, bitch. That crown should already be on. Okay? Because we don't take our crowns off here. Okay? Now you've got that perfect version of your boyfriend or girlfriend is here with you right now. That is who they are for you right now. Okay? Now you're going to look at their picture. If you are in no contact, you're gonna command contact. This is for if you're in no contact or you're in contact, but it is not consistent contact. Okay? Like you're not talking every day. Okay? So you're going to command that they contact you, whether they text you, call you, contact you, it doesn't matter. Okay. It's going to happen. All manifestation happens naturally. So if they're not a texter and they're a caller, they're going to call you. Doesn't matter. Okay. There's no right or wrong command. So you're going to command them to text you. So you're going to say, you're texting me right now. 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 Okay. You're going to do it while I put you on a little break so I can go to the bathroom. Okay? Now, if you're in constant contact with your SP, then you're you're seeing them, doesn't matter. You're going to command them to come. They're coming to see you today. Okay? You're coming to see me today. 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 Okay? Now, if you're in a relationship with your SP, then you can command them to do whatever the fuck you want them to do, especially if you see them all the time. Okay? You can command them to, you're bringing me dinner tonight, you're cooking me dinner tonight, you're giving me sexy time tonight, whatever you want. Okay? Have fun with it. That's what it's for. Okay? That is your orders, and you're going to get it done. But here's the thing. If you did what I said and you went back to when everything was perfect in your relationship and you took him by the hand and you brought him back to this person, this point in time right now, and this is the version of him that is in your reality right now, just like I said, then he will text you on the spot. He will text you on the spot. Circumstances do not matter. If he has to unblock you, he'll unblock you. Okay? It is time for you guys to start expecting something new from them. Start expecting the behavior from them that you had once before. You never questioned if you would hear from them that day. Not when they were your perfect version, the one they are now, again for you. You didn't question that. You just knew you would hear from them. So that same knowing that you had back then, because you went and brought that person back, you're going to say, you're texting me right now. Okay? But that perfect version that you just went back and grabbed and brought back to your current reality right now, you didn't question anything back then. So you're not going to question it now. Because that's your perfect boyfriend. Why wouldn't he contact you? Okay? All right. So get it done. Get it done. And most importantly, just know and expect him to contact you. And we're back. All right. I hope you guys felt relaxed and confident in yourselves, knowing that they have to text you. They don't have a choice. Okay? They don't have free will. So you're going to put your little fucking phone down and you're going to go about your day. And you're just going to know that they're going to text you. Okay? They have to. They don't have a choice unless you keep telling yourself the opposite. But I know many of you want a fucking text. You want contact. So get a grip and get contact. They're asking you to contact him, okay? They're waiting for you to let them contact you. So decide now that you're going to give them permission again to contact you. Decide that right now. Go ahead. I'll wait. You need to decide that. You need to get out of your own fucking way, get out of your own head, because this is exactly what's keeping them away from you. This is what's keeping them. It's like a repellent. Every time you get in your head and think the opposite, it's doing nothing but repelling them away from you. It's keeping them away from you. What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah. Good, Kathy. Good, bitch. Keep persisting. Persist. Perfect boyfriend. Perfect boyfriend. Kelly, same with you. Command his ass. Look his picture up and say, you're coming to see me today. You're coming to see me today. You're coming to see me today. And he will. And he will. Yeah, baby, we can talk. Okay? They will come and see you. They will come and text you. They will do all the things you want them to do. The second you decide to grow up and go get your person back. Grow up and see them as the person that you want them to be for you, that you know they are for you. Holy shit, this isn't somebody you've never seen before. Yeah, Naya. Yeah, Nene. I can help you with the next steps. That's right. That's right, bitch. Wear your crown, Sarah. Wear your crown. That's what you guys don't understand is, hey, Ren. That's what you guys don't understand. This shit is not difficult, okay? You guys are expecting something from them. But you guys say you want your person back. This is what pisses me off with you. You say, this is not somebody you've never dated before. This is not somebody you don't know. You know them. And I tell you guys, ask yourself this. Why this person? You can manifest anybody you want. Any one of your exes back, you can manifest them all. Why this one? What is it about this one that you're choosing this one that you want back into your life? I knew why I wanted my perfect boyfriend back, because he was perfect for me. He checked all the fucking boxes. You think I was going to let some gutter trash come and take my man? I don't fucking think so. No. You think I was going to let circumstances stand in between me and my man? I don't fucking think so. No. So I went and got him back. And I got him back quickly. So I'm here to help you get your SP back quickly too. But I can't make you fucking do it. I can't make you do it. I can manifest for you, sure. I told you guys, you think I'm playing. You think I'm fucking playing with this psychic shit. Just wait. Just wait. Until you get, until you see in my bio that you can buy a psychic session from me. I will give you a psychic reading. Okay? Because you think I'm playing. Oh, God. I saw this. Please don't be thanking the universe for your SP. Please don't be thanking the universe for your SP. That's fucking stupid. Okay? Because the universe didn't bring you shit. You did this. Never give your power away to some unforeseen force. The universe, the stars. Don't do that. The crystal. Don't give your power away to anybody. You did this. Oh, it's all you. It's always you. But you need to grow up. Okay, you cannot sit there and you cannot sit there and say, no, I want, well, God damn it, Kelly, put your shit back at, oh, hey, Portabs, put your shit back to the top. Pump that shit back to the top of my things, because I got to find a couple of you guys, because I don't know what, when you say you sent a text, I was like an actual text, or did you send me a WhatsApp? Because I need to know where to locate your shit. Okay. Yes, they always get the thought. They always get the thought. Okay. It's their thought. It's only their thought. It's always them, right? So you say you're texting me right now. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to get the idea of, huh? I wonder how they're doing. Shit. I want to text them right now. That's literally all they're going to think. Somebody wanted me to come on here and bring my boyfriend on here and interview him on what he felt. I said, first of all, he's not going to do that. Second of all, there we go. Got it. Got it, Aya. You know what they're going to do? Like I said, it's going to be I watched an interview like this. It's the most boring interview on the planet because you can ask him 2,500 questions and you know what his answer is always going to be the same time? I don't know. I didn't feel anything. Like I just thought about contacting her. It's not like they get this surge through them. They're like, oh my God, I think I need to text them. Right? Got it. Look at you guys all taking action, bumping your shit to the top. Okay. So you need to literally get a grip. Like I told you guys to ask yourself, why this person? Why is it that you want to manifest this person back? So what point in time are you guys? So why is it hard to persist in that version of them? In that version of them. I don't think you want to manifest your SP back because he's such a fucking raging dickhead and an asshole and a cheater and just treats you like shit. I don't think that's why you're choosing to manifest this person back. So how is it so difficult for you to see them that way? For you to see them as the person that you want? Like, hello? To me, it's like so fucking stupid. It's so stupid for you guys to be like, I want him back. However, he's being this, that, and the fucking third. And he's saying this, or he's not doing this. That's why. That's why. You're constantly selecting a different version. Okay, first of all, Ren, based upon where you're at in your relationship, you would be like, he is so in love with me. He is so in love with me. He wants to marry me right now. He literally wants to marry me right now. He is so in love with me. He wants to marry me right now. Okay. But the key to that part is you also have to assume marriage. You have to assume marriage. Okay. That he wants to marry you. You have to assume that thought because there's only one reason why men propose. Because they believe you're going to say yes. Okay. So the only reason they believe you're going to say yes is because you have assumed that you want to get married to him, that you're ready to marry this man. So assume that now. And he will assume that too. He will start to talk about marriage to you. My SP does. I don't have to initiate that conversation. So instead, he talks long-term with me. He's always talking about our future together, long-term. Even when my parents get older, they're going to come live with us. No. And all that stuff, because that's what I'm affirming for, but that's what I assume as well. So he now starts to reflect that. He now starts to talk about marriage. He now starts to talk about our future together, different things like that, because that is what I assume. We have a future together. Like we're going to be together forever. Okay. And so he will push that out too. Okay. But can they resist it? No, they cannot resist it. They don't have free will in your reality. They're like I like what one of my clients says, they're like robots. They are. You can get them to do whatever the fuck you want them to do. Yes, for all you guys asking if you can manifest a celebrity, yes, you can. But because celebrities are people, right? There's nothing different than you and a celebrity. They're just people. Okay, so you can manifest anybody that you want. But the difference of manifesting a celebrity is that you can't see them as a celebrity. You have to see them as nothing different than the average Joe on the fucking street. Like you would walk right by them and not notice who they were. Right? That's how you have to see them, because that's who they're attracted to. That's who they gravitate towards. Okay. They gravitate towards people that normalize their ass. Okay. Because they're used to being in the limelight. They're used to having paparazzi everywhere, people asking for their autographs, taking pictures, people wanting something from them and leveraging their celebrity. They don't get any normalization. So if you notice, most celebrities are actually married to normal people. And the reason for that is because that person treated them like a normal ass person, to the point where, like, let's say your celebrity crush was to literally message you right now. You can't be starstruck. You cannot talk about his fucking career, movies he was in, because what did you do? You just put yourself in the fan box. I go live here every day at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And if you miss a live, I put them on my YouTube channel every day. And so you have to normalize them. So you can't talk to them, because the second you talk to them about their career and stuff, like when they message you because you're starstruck, you've now put yourself in the fan box. They don't date fans, ever. They date normal ass people, right? So I'll give you two examples of like Charlie Sheen. I'm sure you guys know who he is, okay? Charlie Sheen lives not too far from me, okay? And he's constantly hanging out at the local bar, Hennessy's. He's literally constantly at Hennessy's. But that's because everybody treats him like a normal ass fucking person there. Like literally, I've seen him there a million times. He's treated like a normal ass person there. Nobody is over here acting like he's a goddamn celebrity. Okay, same with Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber actually, give me 1 second, Casper. Justin Bieber actually he actually lives not too far from me. And the reason he moved here is he actually got a flat tire on the side of the freeway. And he was floored. He even said this in an interview. He said, I was amazed at how many people stopped to help me and they didn't even recognize me. Like they acted like he was just a normal ass person. Right? Which is why a lot of celebrities try not to live in LA. Okay. They come to Orange County here because it's a nicer county, but also because, we don't do celebrities like that here. Okay. So a lot of them actually live here, because they're treated like normal ass people. So he was amazed how many people would help him and could care less who he was. So he moved here. Yeah. Because that's what they want. That's what they care about. So if you want to manifest a celebrity, you need to normalize the fuck out of them and see them as nobody different than any other person you would have ever dated in your life. Because you can't see them as being better than you. Hey, Brittany, because if you see them as being better than you, guess what happens? Well, you put them on the pedestal and now you're chasing them. That's not how this works. You have to put yourself above them and they will start to chase you. Okay? Doesn't matter. They don't know who the fuck you are. Of course they don't know who you are. If they did, you'd already be in the fan box. You don't need to harass them. You don't need to initiate them. Look at their picture. Tell their ass what to do. They will notice you. When you like their photo and stuff like that, all of a sudden they'll be like, wait a minute. I feel like I know her. Of course you do. Of course you do. I've had celebrities message me. I had a former Hall of Fame NFL player. I guess he's not a former fucking Hall of Fame. That sounded stupid. He's a former NFL player for the Kansas City Chiefs, Hall of Fame. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's trying to date me constantly. Wants to take me to red carpet events and all that shit. But I'd rather have my normal ass boyfriend. I'm changing the script. I just wrote what my relationship with SP is looking like and keep saying that by looking at her photo. Yes, you should do that, but look at her photo and say your affirmations to her, Casper. Say your affirmations to your SP, right? And expect that to happen, right? We can't come from a place of wanting. You have to come from a place of expectation. Want creates more want. Expectation creates more expectancy. What you expect is what you create. Thanks, Cynthia girl. Okay, so that's good though. That's good. I would describe her that way, okay? And your relationship with them. Now, throughout the day, if you think opposite, then you just say, no, she's my perfect girlfriend. She's the perfect girlfriend. She's the perfect girlfriend. Eleanor, you killed me. Yeah, there. Like, I don't know why people think celebrities somehow are off limits. They have this force around them that like, you can't manifest me, bitch. Joke's on you. Like, no, they're regular ass people. Literally. Oh, thanks, bro. I love that name. No, I never dated a celebrity. I've had opportunities, but for what? I didn't really care for that like that. Nope, I'd rather have my normal little boyfriend. Because he's just amazing. He's amazing. Okay, if you are, in case you're new here, my name is Jen. I'm your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption to work in your favor. Okay. I do offer one-on-one coaching, where it is a superpower of mine to take, your problem. I let you guys ramble. And then I pull out exactly what you say, find the problem, we fix the problem, create a plan, curate affirmations, recreate your SP, and do all the things so that you can get shit right and tight. Okay, this is what allows you to go and get your SP quickly instead of wasting endless fucking time. And it's not expensive to work with me. I do also offer text support coaching as well. And we have a free WhatsApp community. Go ahead and head on over there, join that bad boy. It is very active. Very active. I'm very proud of you guys. And then also, and then while you're in my bio, go ahead and click on that link to subscribe to my YouTube channel while you're at it. So you can never miss a live, and then let that shit play on repeat. Mute the speakers. I don't give a shit. Just help me get my watch hours up. You guys have been doing a real good job with that, by the way. So there's that. Okay. Let's see here. I even work on the weekends because I just love you guys. It is on an app now. Go_DJ. Who gives a shit? Who cares? Obviously, your SP ended things, right? And he's on an app now, so who cares? You guys have to realize too, you guys be like assuming shit around here, where honestly, he could be on an app and never even go on that shit. You know, I'm on we'll just take me for example. If you were to look for me on the app, I'm on all the dating apps. So I've never even been on them, or I've been on a couple of them just to peruse and see what's out there. No thanks. But it's not like when I got in a relationship, on the priority spectrum, because I'm not a fucking child. Okay. So it's not like when I got in a relationship, I'm like, oh, let me go delete my accounts. I just uninstalled the app, but my accounts are still probably active. So what? Who gives a shit? That's a circumstance. And as long as you want to focus on the 3D, guess what he's going to continue to do? Be on the app. So what? Change that. Change that now. Forget why he ended things with you, because he didn't end shit. You ended your own relationship. Wasn't him. Bro, what's my thought on coaches that say that you have to make a decision and stick with it? I think they're stupid. Shanae, I hope, bitch, you got my message yesterday. Did you get that shit? But I love you. Okay. Okay. I don't like coaches that tell you just decide. Okay. It's not that simple to just decide, right? It depends on what they're telling you to make a decision on and to stick with it, okay? What I think you need to decide on is, do you want your SP back or not? That's the only thing I think you need to make a decision on. Okay, that's the only thing I think that you need to just decide. I don't think you just need to just decide you're married. That's fucking stupid. And then stick with it. That's fucking stupid. There's a coach out there that's teaching that shit. And I said, and people got to thinking that they don't think they've ever heard her say how long it's taken for her to get married to her SP. Of course not. Why would she? So that's the only thing I think that you need to make a decision on and stick with is, do I want my SP back or not? Decide that. And if the answer to that is yes, which I'm assuming it is, then you should be willing to do whatever's necessary to get your SP back. You guys will do everything but what's necessary to get your SP back. You guys will say, yes, I want her back. But I can't control my thoughts. I just can't control my thoughts. And I just keep wavering all day long. And I have bad day after bad day after bad day. And I keep reacting to everything in the 3D. But I want my SP back. The fuck are you talking about? That's as stupid as saying, that's honestly as stupid as saying, I want to get a college degree and I want to go to college, but I'm never going to go take any classes. Well, then you obviously don't want a degree if you're not going to ever show up. You see what I'm saying? That's fucking stupid. That's like saying you want to have a job, but I'm just never going to go to work. That's fucking dumb. That's stupid. Okay, so a lot of you say you want something, but you're not willing to do what's necessary to get it. And for me, that's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. That's being a coward. And that's fucking being immature and a child. Because no one's asking to fucking sell your soul for anything. No one's asking you to do something like that you've never done before, where it's like, oh my God, you want me to do that? I got to do that to go get. No, but here's the thing. You guys this is what's wild when you think about it. You guys will do candle magic, pay for tarot card readers, psychics, like do all this stupid shit to get your fucking SP back, but you won't do the one thing that's required, and that's see your SP differently and, hold the fuck on. My brother's pissing me off. No, actually, I'm not going to stop. Fuck him. But you guys won't do the one thing that you're supposed to do, that's called change your fucking thoughts? But you'd rather do all the other shit? Do you know, let me tell you, there's a lot more effort, I know. There's a lot more effort to take a fucking candlestick, carve a name in, and hope you don't cut yourself. Oh, that might be a new candlestick magic. Cut yourself and bleed all over it. But you guys will do that shit. That stupid ass shit. But you won't just change your thoughts about them. Did you have to do some candle magic? Script. 55 by 5. Drink a magic glass of water. Chart some crystals. Do tarot card readings in a second to get your breakup? No, you didn't. So what makes you think you need to do any of that stupid shit to get your SP back? You don't. You need to do exactly what you did to cause your breakup, but the opposite. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do is you need to go back to when you first met this man. You had a level of confidence about you. You had a level of confidence about you. This is why I hate when you guys say my self-concept is shit. What are you fucking talking about? I don't think men out there walking around like, I want to find the most shallow bitch in the world. And then came across you and we're like, that's the one. That's the one. It's fucking stupid. That's so stupid and you know it. So why all of a sudden you have a low self-concept is fucking stupid, because you didn't have a low self-concept in the beginning of your relationship, did you? No, you didn't, because if you did, you would have never dated. He would have never been interested in you. So how hard is it just to go back and be that person you were in the beginning? That confident ass bitch that knew she can get whoever she wanted whenever she wanted. And of course, why wouldn't he want me? Why wouldn't he? Why can't you go back and be that bitch? Instead of the bitch that's crying and self-loathing around town all fucking day long and being a victim in her own reality and just shitting all over yourself. Why is that easy for you? Who the fuck wants to do that? I've never seen so many people in my life say you got shit self-concept. I've never seen so many people in my life say that shit. Ever. Why would you say that about yourself? Why the fuck would you say that about yourself? You may as well just call yourself a loser. Who the fuck calls yourself that? So why do you keep doing that to yourself? Why do you keep shitting all over yourself and tearing yourself down every fucking day? But then somehow thinking that I'm just going to magically wake up tomorrow and have stellar self-concept. That doesn't go together. You know damn well that makes 0 sense. 0 cents. But yet you do it so easily to yourself. You do it so effortlessly to yourself. That doesn't make any sense, because as long as you guys keep saying that shit, guess what you're doing? Keeping them away from you. Keeping them away from you. But if you do what I fucking told you and take your little ass and put yourself on that fucking pedestal and wear your fucking crown, you wouldn't have a low self-concept. Because you'd be on that pedestal, you'd start seeing yourself as the baddest bitch. The bitch that got that man in the fucking first place. The woman that had him fall whole ass in love with you in the first place. The woman who got man after man after man after man after fucking man. But you have a low self-concept. Shut up. And stop with the nonsense. Stop telling yourself that. Start telling yourself that you're the baddest bitch in the world. That I have the best self-concept, like everybody wants me. You need to see yourself as that. You need to put yourself on that fucking pedestal and stop making excuses on why you can't be there. Stop doing that, because all you're doing is coming out of desperation and acting like one thirsty ass little bitch. No, you need to get your thirst quenched. Stop being thirsty for them. That's how they're attracted to you. That's what attracted them to you in the first place, is how you carried yourself. So pick your fucking head up. Go ahead. If you got to put a fucking stick here, do that shit. But don't drop your fucking head again. And don't take that fucking crown off your head. What is wrong with you? You are in your reality. So that's what you need to get a grip on. You need to own your shit. You need to own your reality and say, this is my fucking world and everybody's just living in it. So what I don't like, I won't tolerate. And whoever the fuck I want, I'm going to get. And if I can desire that person, I'm supposed to be with them, period. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to stop shitting all over myself, thinking I'm a piece of shit when I'm not. Because that shit is bullshit. You as a woman, out of all people, should know that we as women need to stop that nonsense. Stop letting everybody define who the fuck you are and tell you about yourself and try to tear you down. They can only do that if you let them do that. But you need to band together. You need to work on your confidence and put yourself on that fucking pedestal every goddamn day. Because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. They're going to start seeing you very differently than some shallow little fucking lost little fucking desolate little puppy dog. It's fucking bullshit. You think I'm going to look sad and lonely and desperate? No, that's what gutter trashes do. Not you, bitch. Not you. You're not gutter trash. So don't fucking equate yourself to anything less than any fucking body in your reality. This is your shit. Own it. Step into it. Go get what the fuck is yours. You think I'm gonna let anybody or anything stand in between me and my man? Never. Never. Ever in life. I'm gonna get what's mine. And you need to grow up and go get what's yours. Your person. But you can only do that if you will get a grip on your fucking thoughts and start seeing them as the version of them that you want them to be for you. Because that person is not hard to imagine. They were that way at one point in time. All you have to do is recreate them to be that person again for you. So they will naturally do all the shit that they did for you before. It's not that difficult. It's like a domino effect. Okay, if I could just bring back this version, then guess what? They're going to start calling me. They're going to start seeing me. They're going to want to be with me. They're going to buy me gifts. They're going to spoil me rotten. They're going to treat me like a fucking queen. All that shit unlocks the second you see them as that version. Because I'm telling you now, if you're like me and need a little competitive edge, if you like a little competition, let me remind you. Because while you're persisting in the wrong version of your SP, asshole version, avoidant version, guess what, honey? Someone else is viewing your SP as their perfect person. So what's your pleasure? You want to go let somebody else take your man from you because you refuse to view him as your perfect person while somebody else is viewing them exactly as that? Or you want to get a fucking grip and start viewing them as that person? Remind yourself that I was with this person. I know exactly who they are for me, and I'm bringing that version back, and I won't waver from that version again. And I'm going to go get my man. Goddamn, somebody's going to come back and take my shit from me. Hell no. But I'm telling you now, if you don't get a grip, someone else is viewing your SP very different than you are right now. And they must show up based on their assumptions too. So if they think that they're the perfect person, well, guess what you're doing? You're practically begging them to go find somebody else. So get your shit together. Put on your fucking crown. Stop shitting all over yourself every damn day and tearing yourself apart. That's the problem with women. It's called women empowerment for a fucking reason. Empower yourself. Frustrate me. That's what I had to say about that. I have to drink a little something because now I'm parched. I think somebody said, what am I on? I'm high on life right now, baby. I'm passionate about this because I fucking can't stand seeing you guys arguing for your limitations, for you guys sabotaging yourselves over and over and over again when you know that you have the ability to change that shit. I love that you raised your hand, Shanae. Ask your question, bitch. Question. Okay, you have the innate ability to change it. You can have whatever you want. Stop playing small. Stop playing small. Because if you can't, if you can't get your head around manifesting your SP back, how the fuck are you going to get anything else in your life? How you can do that? If you're settling now, you're settling for everything else. So stop fucking doing that shit. Start getting what you want. Well, do I have to go old and gray here, Shanae? Where is your question? Do you like it? I chose this mug methodically because it's you're being filtered. You should be filtered. Let's see here. I don't think so. No, bitch, you are not being filtered. At least I don't see you being filtered. I got this at the Dollar Tree because I love to spend a lot of money on coffee mugs. Elsie. They're like, what are you watching, a lunatic? Can listening to your SP's voice through audio recordings. I don't know why it's filtering out what you say, because all I can see is how can I flip that story? That's all I can see. Okay, because I'm stupid with my cups, with my mugs. I have a couple different mugs that I filter through, but I keep it on my Keurig, so it has to look nice, you know? Because I'm lazy. God forbid I have to grab it out of the fucking cupboard. I just want to keep it on the Keurig. Okay, I'm listening to your SP's voice through audio recordings that you have work for manifesting. Yeah, 1,000%. If you have audio recordings of your SP like saying nice ass shit to you, Jackie, I would listen to those. I would listen to those and recall those times, right? Because that's keeping that version here, right? Reminding you of who he is for you, you know? So that can definitely help in your manifestation for sure, because it helps keep that version here. Now, the only thing you can't do when you listen to his voice, you can cry, no big deal, because emotions don't take effect in manifesting. So you can cry, but what you can't do is align your thoughts with your emotion. Okay, we can't do that. Okay, you can have your emotion, but you can't align the thoughts. So if you're crying or you're upset or any of that stuff, then that's when you affirm. You have to affirm through the emotion. So therefore, the thoughts don't match the emotion because it's the thoughts that are manifesting, not anything else. I'm so jealous, Josie. You're in Cabo. Nobody likes a bragger, Josie. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I want to be in Cabo right now. 1,000%, bro. I told people that I would go through and delete any texts that don't benefit you and only keep the ones I do. Only keep the ones I do. And then go down memory lane. Read all the sweet things that they're saying to you. It helps you select that version of your SP, right? All the nice things instead of you going down memory lane about all the bad shit he said. For some reason, for most of you, that's real simple for you guys to do that shit. I don't know why it's, I want to so bad. Oh man, that's a good ass idea. And she offers a place to stay. Shit. And I bet it's a nice place too in Cabo. Okay, Shanae, leave me a message on WhatsApp because for some reason I saw some nonsense. from you, which is why I yelled at you yesterday. So leave me a WhatsApp and tell me what the hell happened. And I'll tell you how you can flip the story. A 1,000%, Flashy. 1,000%. Absolutely. Just make sure that that's the consistent thoughts. Okay. That's the consistent thoughts. So if any thought goes against that, you have to keep those thoughts about him. Okay. About wanting to marry you, about your wedding day, all that good stuff. I would definitely keep that. Well, Kmar, shoot that shit to the top. Because I'm going to, I don't want to have to keep saying that shit, but I got to get my shit together. I'm going to commit today. You know what? Fuck my boyfriend. He's been gone all day. I don't mean fuck him like literally, but he's been gone all day. And so he's not going to be home for a while. And I do have coaching calls after this. Like I have a hard stop in 45 minutes. So I have 3 coaching calls after this. But after that, I will rapid fire respond back to all of you. Rapid fire. Like boom, 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 boom. So you're getting a response from me today, bitch. But some of y'all be like sitting on the phone. That's, I think, what confuses me sometimes is because I'll try and scroll all the way down, like to the most like oldest ones and then respond up. Because if I go the other way, like this is what confuses me sometimes is because sometimes some of y'all will respond like splickety split, like super fucking quick. And I'm just like, damn. Did I respond to them already? Did I respond to them already? And so I'm trying to work through them, but it's like I can't sit there with one person and have this whole drawn out conversation when I got 5,500 out of the messages to respond to. So that's what I'll do. I'll just go through them and then cycle back up. Okay. How do I stop scanning for a change in his mood or tone? It's not Shanae. Stop with that. And if you believe you have a nervous system problem, then go ahead and click the link in my bio. My friend has a free, any of you guys that want to regulate your nervous system and want to do it naturally, without anything, my friend is having a free masterclass to regulate your nervous system. So the link is in my bio. Go sign up for that shit because why wouldn't you want to regulate a nervous system? Especially since a lot of the manifestation community leads you to believe that if you can't manifest, it's because of your nervous system. I don't choose to create that assumption within myself because, again, I tell you, it doesn't benefit you. But if that's something you already believe, well, then let's go regulate that shit. Okay, so you don't need to, Kmart got the shit. Okay, you don't need to, first of all, stop blaming shit like it's your nervous system, okay? No, this is like normal. But you control his mood or tone. You do through your thoughts. So if you assume he's upset, guess what his mood and tone is going to be? Upset, right? If you're like, did I say something wrong? Is he offended? Then that's going to be what he's going to reflect. Okay, so instead, if you want to change his mood or tone, you just need to assume right now that he's over that shit. Yeah, he's totally over it. Like, in fact, he is happy as a clam. We're right back to normal. We're great. Like, everything is fine. He's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. We're great. And he will reflect that. You control his attitude. This is where I told you that you need to have certain affirmations. So for you, when this type of shit happens, and girl, I know you did something. You probably verbalized some stupid shit. And so now you got a mess, but that's okay because they can change really fast. All you have to do is tell yourself like, no, we're great. We are literally great. We're great. He's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. He'll turn around today. Literally. But I swear to God, if you don't start getting a grip, stop doing what you're doing. And start doing what the fuck we literally talked about yesterday. Are you deaf? Did we like literally talk yesterday and then you just what? Went back to doing what you were doing? Because that's been working out stellar for your ass, bitch. Don't screw this up, Shanae. You have to start doing things differently. Don't screw this up. Okay? My eyes hurted because I had to look up. Okay, Flashy. I'd have to know a little bit more context, but you had a brief contact for 2 days, and all you had to play is your wedding day word for word. Now nothing. Okay, but here's the thing. So let's say that you had brief contact for 2 days, but this is where I say, like, literally for the next 24 hours, I want you to take a look at your thoughts. Okay, take a look at the thoughts that you have going on in your mind, and ask yourself, like, are you questioning things? So it's like you talked to him the first day, right? Briefly talked to him the first day. Well, did you go around the rest of the day wondering if you were going to talk to him tomorrow? Then you talked to him tomorrow. Then did you go around? Now what have you been going around thinking about? Okay, because I don't think you're going around replaying your wedding day word for word all fucking day long. You know you're not. So what else are you talking about to yourself? What else are you thinking about to yourself? Right? Is you're constantly selecting the version of your SP, like constantly. This isn't something that's like, I'm just going to select this version and job is done. No. So you have to constantly select that same version. So every time they do something, this is where hot and cold behavior come in, where they do something that you don't like, and here you go in your thoughts again about it. Then they come back around. Then they do something again that you don't like maybe not contact you today. Then you get all up in your thoughts about it again, and you're selecting old version. Then he comes, then new version, then old version, then new version, like one big fucking ping pong ball. You can't do that. Okay, this is why things seem to go in the right direction and then pull back. Right direction, pull back. Instead, we need to say, again, it's all feedback, right? This is all feedback for you. So it's like, okay, we had brief contact for 2 days. So what happened after that? Where did I go wrong in my thoughts? Was I selecting old version of him, or was I questioning in my thoughts if he's going to contact me? Where are we at? What's going on? And then when you see that, now you can course correct. Now you can do things differently. Well, thanks, Sangita. Okay. Hey, Diamond Girlfriend. Well, Jackie, I don't think there's anything wrong with you listening to an audio recording that's a bit intimate. I'm realizing I need to add some of these things to my SP description, right? Like, honey, I know we live together, but you call me every day and leave me sweet nothings. You leave me, well, then again, he has racy videos of me. I should ask his ass to send me that shit so I can have them, right? Just saying. Just saying. Kitty cat? No. Affirming SP has no resistance to you is not a good affirmation. And the reason for that is because your SP doesn't have any resistance to you. So, like, your SP does not have the resistance to you. You're the one that has the resistance to your SP. Okay? So when you drop that resistance to your SP, then he conforms, right? But you only drop that resistance by assuming perfect boyfriend. Okay? Because if you assume perfect boyfriend or perfect girlfriend, then there's no resistance because, well, let me not say there's no resistance, but when you start persisting in perfect girlfriend, perfect boyfriend, and then you're affirming for what it is that you want, movement, contact, things like that consistently, then you're going to start to see that. And then once you get over the first hurdle and now he's contacting you, well, that resistance now starts to lower significantly because you're like, oh shit, okay. Now you talk again, lowers again. Now you talk again, lowers more. Now he's coming, now he wants to see you. Well, now it lowers even more, right? Which is what speeds up your manifestation because the more you see movement, the more you get progress, your resistance level lowers and therefore it speeds everything up. Okay. So, but he has no resistance to you at all. And I certainly wouldn't assume he does. That's not going to benefit you, okay? We don't want to create assumptions on us that do not benefit us. Yeah, so great question, Kalia. Okay, you are actually constant. This is why we're doing this here, okay? This is what we're doing here is that you're manifesting a better version of yourself, okay? Because we can't do the things that we were doing in our relationship, okay? You can't react to every fucking thing that they do or don't do. You can't question shit verbally or in your mind. You cannot be argumentative and try to plead your case and force the 3D in a negative way, right? You cannot do all these things that you were doing before because your relationship is just going to end the same way, right? So you are, by learning how to control this shit now, you are evolving as a person. So therefore, you're learning how to have, look at it this way, you're learning how to have better relationships all around with people in general, right? Because you can't go around fucking reacting to every fucking thing that people say and do in your life. You know, getting offended by fucking stupid bullshit that a coworker did. Like, you can't go around doing that shit. You can't go around reacting to everything in your reality when you're learning how to control that. Because then when you're learning how to control that and how to change things and change people in your mind, you are naturally selecting a better version of yourself, because then you become unstoppable. Because you're like, okay, shoot, I got my SP back. I can, you know what? I don't like my boss's attitude, so I'm going to change that shit too. And I'm going to, now this is your better version. You're taking control of your life, right? And that's what it's all about. It's all about starting with SP and now taking fucking control of your life and really starting to manifest everything you want, because you're manifesting anyway. So you may as well focus on what the fuck you want, right? Do I want to manifest being more broke, or do I want to manifest money? What's the difference? You know what I mean? So there's no, that's right, CC. He's turning around today. Shanae, you said that shit. You said this shit on the call. You fucking kill me, bitch. You kill me, but that's what I love about you. Hey, Aphrodite. You literally do. You're so fucking funny. I'm not messing this up again. I was like, you said it like 10 times on the call, and then what do? A couple hours later, do some dumb shit. You're lucky you got a good ass man. Hold on to that. Hold on to that version of your SP for sure. When I manifest, why do I feel like I'm the one that wanted to? That's why I feel like because we get, Diamond, because there's a level of us that get like impatient, right? It's like, well, no, I know that I can manifest my person, right? I know that I can do certain things, so why don't I just reach out to him, right? And so that's not a bad thing necessarily. However, and I'm not going to I never will tell you not to reach out to him. I'll just say you have to answer 2 questions for yourself. Is, you know, if I told you to text him right now, how does that make you feel? Do you know him? Do you know if he would respond? I guess that's 3 questions. Do you know how he would respond? Do you know if he would respond? And do you know how he would respond? If the answer to that is no, then don't reach out. Because that means that you're not selecting perfect boyfriend, okay? If you were selecting perfect boyfriend, then you'd be like, yeah, I know he would respond, yes. Do you know how he'd respond? Yeah, like normal. Okay, then reach out. Why not? See, I didn't have that, when my boyfriend, because he had changed his number, so I didn't have his number. Thanks, Miss Jar Jar. I didn't have his number, right? Oh, I gotta respond to you too, bitch. So when he gave me his number, for me, I was like, well, that's a positive sign, because for, you know, everything for me is a sign, right? So, but then when he actually hobbles down the stairs after his fucking surgery, after his arm surgery, and hobbles down the fucking staircase to give me his phone number when he could have literally just texted me, because my phone number is the same, right? I was like, okay, well, that's a positive sign. So I would have reached out. To me, it wasn't a big deal, because why else would he have given me his number, you know? But again, I would keep it casual. Like, hey, hey, I was just checking to see how you're doing, right? And then letting the conversation flow where it flows naturally. If he's like, oh, I've been doing good, just busy. How have you been? You're like, oh, I've just been doing good, and like maybe he has a dog. Be like, how's Jackson doing? Or a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just keep it natural, casual conversation. And we want to play, like, you want to play the upper hand. So you think you need to sit by your phone, and the second he sends you a text back, you're like, oh, no, fuck no. I'll respond shortly. Yeah, and Adrian, all getting hot and cold is just it. You have to always look at everything as feedback and say, because we have to self-reflect because it's always you, right? And so it's saying, okay, well, hey, princess, I'm going somewhere wrong. Somewhere I'm going wrong. So let me see where I'm going wrong. There's only two things you're doing: either wavering in your thoughts, assigning negative meaning to shit, and then or selecting old version, reverting back, right? And that's by selecting negative meaning to crap, So it's like he could have literally just had a bad day. Or he said something in the text that was like short, or he'll be like, hey, instead of, hey, how are you? And you're like, what does he mean by that? And so because of that, you're questioning, well, now you get the cold behavior. Okay, so we just need to, hi, Isaac. So we just need to stop wavering when it comes to that, because we want to be, Tanzania. Hey, wise man. Jesus. That was very non-ladylike of me. Or ladylike, depends. Hey, Adriana. I love some news, as long as it's great news. But yeah, text me, of course. I love some news. When we persist in perfect boyfriend and when he reaches out, do we act? Oh, well, I just answered that one. Yes, you act casually. Depending upon what he says, right? Depending upon what he says. But remember, you're on the pedestal, okay? You're on the pedestal. You don't chase. He chases you. Okay, you control everything here in your mind, okay, in your mind. So it's like when he reaches out to you, like let's say he contacts you today, because they can literally, I think you guys read way too into this. It's not a process, okay? It's not like when it happens, what the fuck does that even mean? When it happens, like it's not a process. This happens instantly the second you decide perfect boyfriend. And of course, he's going to do perfect boyfriend things. Well, now he does perfect boyfriend things, okay? And so literally it's not that difficult to do. But yeah, you need to keep it casual, because you don't need to force the 3D, right? You don't, because if he sends you a text and then you shoot him back 15 text messages, well, now he's going to pull back again, because he's like, holy shit, Jesus, I just checked in with her. And, I just wanted to talk to her, but clearly nothing's changed, right? And because you're coming from desperation, you're chasing. People don't like that. They want to do the chasing. So we need to pull back, keep it casual, keep it natural, and then let the conversation progress. But then in your mind, you're in control of the conversation, right? So you're like, oh, of course he texts me. Why wouldn't he? We talk all day, every day. Yeah, he's going to contact me, because a lot of you guys will just listen to the fucking shit they're saying. Like, you'll be like, well, he said he's going to be busy for the next 2 days, so he'll just talk to me on Sunday. Excuse me? Are you like in the middle of the fucking Sahara Desert for the next 2 days? I don't think so. So what the hell do you mean? Contact me in 2 days. Or he said he needs 2 weeks. What are you talking about? See, because here's the problem with that. You take them at their word, right? So you have to know yourself, okay? You have to know yourself. So like, let's say they say, yeah, I'm busy. I'll talk to you in 2 days on Sunday. Well, I know you, bitch. Do you know what you're going to do for the next 2 days? Wonder what he's doing. Why is he talking to you? What's he really doing? You're going to question shit for the next 2 fucking days, waiting for his call. Like, he has free will to decide when the fuck he's going to call you. Okay. And so because of that, he may call you in 2 days. He might not call you in 2 days. Now, if he doesn't call you on the second day, if he doesn't call you on Sunday, now what's your thoughts? So then when if he eventually reaches back out to you, well, guess what? It's not going to be good, because you've done nothing but question, doubt, and waver in the 2 days. And God forbid the 2 weeks. What the fuck are you doing in the 2 weeks? That's the problem. Okay. And you're giving them free will. I would have been like, in my mind, I would, and a lot of you guys say things, and you guys got to stop what you're saying. Like, okay, I understand. I'll give you space. The fuck? No. If anything, I'd be like, okay. And in here, you're contacting me tonight. I'll talk to you later, honey. You're calling me today. Oh, you're calling me tonight. Because they would. But you guys just let them decide when the fuck they want to talk to you. No. That tells me that you're not putting yourself on that pedestal, and you're not keeping yourself there. Okay? It's easy to be on the pedestal until they come back. And then the second they come back, do you know what you do? Kindly step down from the throne. No. You need to be on that pedestal for the rest of your goddamn life. Period. You can't do that. You can't do that. My thing itches. Yes, Miss Charger, everything is 100% you pushed out. 100% you pushed out. Nope, that's where you have to change that. You have to change that. Good, of course. Why wouldn't he answer you, Diamond? I mean, after all, you're a diamond. Yeah, bro. What Jay is doing is affirming. That's literally it, okay? This is the problem with you guys, is somebody will say they did something and it worked, and you're like, what did you do? Okay, I'll do that. That's what he's doing. He's affirming. Okay, he writes it down, which would be a form of scripting your affirmations, right? Just writing it down. And then he speaks them out loud or in his head whenever he has time. That's called affirming. Knock it off, bro. Bruh. but you're not alone. Most people, this is exactly what they do. Somebody in the group like, oh my God, I got movement, I got content. What did you do? I went and did voodoo fucking magic. What are you expecting? What answer are you literally expecting them to say? This is why law of attraction fucks you up, is it keeps you in this cycle, because the first thing you do, because I did it, I know. First thing you do is click on a video. And then the second thing you do is click on the comments. I know, I did that. And you see all these comments about how this worked. Oh my God, just got texted instantly and blah, blah, blah. And if you notice, people that leave comments, this is how you'll know if they're bought and paid for, is they won't reply to comments. So like, they'll comment, this worked for me, right? There will be no detail. It will just say, this worked for me, okay? And then 55 people will comment on their like, what did you do? It's like the video, dumbass. But there will be no reply from the actual person that originally commented in the comments. That's how you know, okay? But that's what you do. You read the comments, you're like, oh shit, look at all these people, right? And then you're like, what did you do? And it creates this cycle within you where it's like, I'm doing something wrong. So this person said they did this, so I'm going to do that. Oh, wait, hold on. That's not working. This person said to do this, so I'm going to do this. See what I'm saying? It's a cycle. But there's only one thing all of the techniques and all of this have in common. You. It isn't the techniques that work. It is you. Okay? It is your thoughts. It is your assumptions about things. Okay? There's some people that don't have to do that, okay? That don't have to robotically affirm all day long. But it's not because it's not the affirmations. They just don't allow themselves to have those negative thoughts all fucking day long. They've disciplined themselves when it comes to that. So therefore, they don't really have to sit there and affirm their goddamn life away. But for most of you, for most people, that's not how that works, okay? That's not how that works, because unless you just went to some doctor and they just like erased your memory. And if they did that, you wouldn't even remember your SP in the first place. You hold on to those type of things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Nene. You can command him to do whatever the hell you want. Like, he is, yeah, if he's texting you, then that's what I would do. I'd be like, you send me the most flirtatious text ever. Like, you know, or describe or add that into your description of him, okay? What you expect from him. Like, he's constantly showing the affection. Like, when he texts me, like, he is constantly he sends the most flirtatious, risque messages ever. Whatever you want from him, he will do. He will do. Okay, Dawn. So fucking keep going. What are we on, the 27th? He did text you on Valentine's Day, sis. But you have to keep going, okay? You need to keep going. Okay? You need to keep going. And you need to persist. Yeah. There may need to have a slight change if you're only getting months of only movement. And it depends what the movement is, right? It tells me that you're dabbling your toes into the version you want. Maybe a lot of times you're wanting that version, but not expecting that version of your SP. But so here's what I want you to do, girl. Who is that? I want you to. I want you to focus for the next 24 hours. I want you to focus on only the movement. Forget the 3D altogether, okay? But only focus on the movement that you've gotten. And I want you to persist, obviously, a perfect boyfriend, right? But I want you to focus on the movement that you've gotten and use that movement to motivate you, to excite you, okay? Where, like, just think about the movement that you've gotten. So while you're doing your affirming and things like that, you want to focus on the movement you've gotten, because I believe that will motivate you and keep you focused to be like, yeah, shit, I got that. Okay, I can get this. I got that. I can get this. Right. And then you should see it speed up a little bit or escalate, because you're now using really the motivation. The motivation is coming from not wanting something or something like that, but focusing on the fact that you've gotten the movement. Okay. So that it's not just movement. It's like, everything's movement, but that it's, like moving up, not this way. How do you differentiate between him being perfect boyfriend to not putting him on the pedestal? Good question. So seeing somebody as being the perfect boyfriend for you is like all the things that everything's about you. So it's like, who is he as a person for you? How does he treat you? What are the things he does for you? Right? It's not who is he for society. It's like, no, everything for you. Right? So it's like, so you're seeing him as the perfect version of your boyfriend for you. And at the same time, you're the baddest bitch. Like, of course, why wouldn't he? Because he wanted you at some point. So you keep yourself on the pedestal, but that doesn't mean that you're, like, if you're the queen of your castle, it doesn't mean that you're not looking for your king. You know what I'm saying? But you're not the princess looking for your king, if that makes sense, right? So it's like queen, king. That's it. They're not on the pedestal. I am. Is he perfect for me? Yeah, he's perfect for me. Not everybody else. Me. I don't give a shit who he is to everybody else, actually. But in my reality, in my world, he's perfect for me. He wants to be with me and only me. He only has eyes for me. That type of stuff is all, it becomes all about you. Okay? And what you expect him to be for you. And so therefore it keeps you on that pedestal, but you're getting your suitor. Getting your suitor. Okay, that's exactly what I ran off with someone else. And then now there's gutter trash to banish. So, Nene, are you doing what the fuck? This isn't your first goddamn day here, bitch. Okay, so if this is your first day, I let shit slide. But this ain't your first day. So, I don't let it slide anymore. I already told you what to do about banishing gutter fucking trash. And whatever gutter trash is in the picture, I already told you what to do about that. So what the fuck are you doing about it? Or are you just going to keep coming in here talking about it? I highly suggest that you don't do that and you stop doing it. Okay? I love it when I get you there, bruh. Hey, Ben. Well, that's an assumption you're having from, okay, sweet B. That's an assumption you're having about men, which I would check that assumption. That assumption is not going to help benefit you in your life in any sense of that word. Because all you're going to do, I mean, you may as well pack that dating shit up and just stay single for the rest of your life. Unless you change your assumption about men. Okay? Because and that's actually, let's be honest, that's actually a very ignorant statement to say. Okay, and I keep it real here, okay? Because I'm here to help you, okay? So let's break that statement down. Men run from responsibilities. If that was the case, then there wouldn't be no fathers in this world. None. They'd all be deadbeat ass losers, having children and leaving the moms. And yeah, my daughter's growing up without a father, so I'm very qualified to talk about this. But there's a lot of really great, but I don't sit there and equate men as fucking deadbeat ass dads because my daughter doesn't have one. No, because there's a lot of really good fathers out there. There's a lot of really good men out there that take care of their that take care of their children, right? And because my daughter's being raised in a single mom household, I made it a priority, and my family knows this about me. There's some family members, my mom and my brother and my dad, I kept them away from my daughter for a little while because I said, unless you can come correct, you're not going to be a part of her life. Same with men in my life. She's only met one man in my life. That's it. Because I have an obligation to my daughter to show her that good men exist. So if you're going to come be a part of her life, then you're going to be a good man, right? And show her that. So I definitely would not keep the assumption that men run from their responsibilities, because I can show you a shit ton of men in this world that are definitely not running from their responsibilities. So, but if that's your assumption, every fucking person you date is going to run away from you because they run away from their responsibilities. So I definitely wouldn't hold that assumption. Okay. You guys got to be out there. Can we change someone's age? Yes and no. Okay? Like, yes and no. Okay? So, you can change his age to where everyone thinks he's a certain age and where his looks start to match that age. Okay? But like literally where people will think, like, let's say he's 63 and you want to make him 47, right? You can literally start identifying as being 47 and everyone around him will literally think he's 47 and his looks will start to match that of a 47-year-old. But I don't think that all of a sudden his birth certificate is going to reflect 47. You know what I'm saying? So, but does that really matter? It doesn't really matter, right? Because if you change someone's age, then everything about them changes to match that age, right? So he now, you've reverse aged him, if you will. So he'll live a lot longer. because you brought him back to the healthy 47-year-old person, right? And so a lot of plus if he had gray hair, it'll go away. It'll start to go away, right? And it will literally go away. All of this stuff will change if you change his age, but don't think his driver's license all of a sudden is going to reflect he's fucking 47. And if it does, bitch, come back and let me know, because then I will gladly admit I'm wrong. Hi, Tahani. Yeah, Divine Valley, you can manifest whatever the hell you want, okay? This is where I got my start in the manifestation world. I lost over 100 pounds in 11 months, no diet, no exercise. So that's what you can do. I have shit ton of videos on my YouTube channel about weight loss and manifestation on how to lose weight with the power of your mind, because you have to understand that your body only answers to one entity. If your mind stops working, so does your body. Okay, so literally you can never work out ever in life. They did a whole study on this. You can literally never work out in your life, and you can sit there and close your eyes. And I tell people this all the time because I volunteer at 5K runs, and they'll be like, "Did you run?" I'm like, "In my mind." I look like sweating out in these streets here. I get winded walking up a hill. It's like this tall. They did a study on this. Like literally, if you would close your eyes and imagine yourself running, your body will fire off all the same signals of a runner, but you're not running. But your body doesn't know that. Okay, it only knows what's in your mind. Okay, they did this whole study on it where they took 3 groups of people, basketball players, and they told them, this is for any of you that are trying to get better at sports. And they told, and basketball players, they literally had 3 groups of people. One just threw the free throws. Then the second group of people did just did it in their mind. And then the third group of people did both. Practiced the free throws and did it in their mind. Okay, and saw their free throwing in their mind. Perfect free throws in their mind. So obviously the group that outperformed all of them were the one that did both. Okay. The second group that did better than the other one was the one that only did it in their mind. Never threw a basketball ever. Yeah. So you can literally lose weight by telling yourself whatever you want to tell yourself. You can placebo yourself and say, every time I breathe, I lose weight, or every time I drink water, I lose weight. You can do what I said. I could eat whatever I want and I lose weight. I could eat whatever I want and I lose weight. I could eat whatever I want and I lose weight. You could also control the scale. So you can literally go to bed tonight and be like, I'm going to wake up half a pound lighter. And then get on that scale. You'll be half a pound lighter. Your body only knows what you tell it. Okay, so your body has no idea. Your body has no idea if these eggs are good for you or not. It only knows what you tell it. So if you've given it a label of bad for you, like society likes to tell you shit is bad for you, right? So if you take that assumption that this is like cake is fattening, your body only knows what you told it. So it only knows the definition you gave the cake. So if you decided, you know what, cake is absolutely not fattening. In fact, it's the healthiest thing in the fucking world. Your body will respond accordingly. Mm-hmm. You could do this to anything. You could literally be like, every time I drink water, my hair gets longer. Or my hair gets fuller. Like, whatever the fuck you want. You can tell yourself anything you want. Your body must respond accordingly to whatever you instructed. Now, it's like everything else. You have to create the assumption. So you literally can't sit there and be like, I can eat whatever I want and I lose weight, and then go about your life. Okay. Now, you don't need to robotically, I mean, you could if you want to speed it up. I didn't know about robotic affirming per se at the time that I was losing weight. I just told myself certain shit. Like, every time I eat tacos, I lose weight. And then my body would do it, and I was like, damn. And so it just became an assumption of mine. Weight loss is actually very quick. It's actually very easy to create an assumption that you want, because your body answers to your mind. It doesn't have a choice. So if you were to tell yourself something one time and then you were to wake up, that, like, let's say you were to tell yourself like every time you ate today, you would tell yourself like, I could eat whatever I want and I lose weight. Like, just every time you ate, right? And then go to bed tonight and be like, I'm going to wake up 1 pound lighter. I want to make up 1 pound lighter. Like, you just have to tell yourself like that one time. Go to bed. If you wake up 1 pound lighter, do you know what you just did? Created the assumption that, holy shit. Well, now that the assumption's created, it's very easy to create assumptions when it comes to weight loss, because you will see the result very quickly. And then you'll be like, damn, assumption created. You're good to go. Just saying, I'm good at it. Look at that, Veronica. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Now hold on to that and persist in perfect boyfriend, perfect girlfriend, right? Because think about it. Her SP just now reacted to a heart, to a message that she sent months ago and was viewed months ago. Well, all of a sudden, she just thought about Veronica. Because who the fuck goes through their shit and goes through old ass text messages from months ago and then hearts the shit? You know what she just did, Veronica? That bitch tried to get your attention. Of course she's always trying to get your attention. Every day she does something. Every day she does something to get my attention. Every day she tries to get my attention. Look at her thinking about me right now. Everything she does, that's the meaning you give it. Okay? And persist. Because shit turns around. Shit turns around, but I'm going to take a picture of that. That's kind of cool. See what I'm saying? You guys got to stop accepting shit, right? You didn't see her freaking out? Months ago. Nothing. Veronica, you should do nothing. Okay? What you should do is persist. Okay? Persist. Do the photo method. Go to my profile. I got to jump off in a minute. Go to my profile. Click to the top video, the photo method, where I tell you, command her, tell her what to do. Look at her picture, because obviously you're on her mind, right? So look at her picture and tell her what to do. You're texting me right now. You're texting me right now. It's not hard for you to expect that, because you just liked your message, okay? She just hearted your message, excuse me. And remind yourself, she had a choice on what emoji to give. So she just hearted your message, so go ahead and tell her, command her to text you right now. In your mind, bitch. And keep it casual. You're on that pedestal. So when you command her to text you right now and she texts your ass, like today, then what you're gonna do is keep it casual. You're not gonna confess your love to her. You're not gonna blow her up 55,000 times because she said she won text. You're not gonna do that. Just let it flow. Well, thanks, sweet and sassy. Just let it flow. Okay? Because when you do that, you're good to go. Yeah, exactly, Ally Mac. If you focus on that shit, it should be like pretty good. Exactly. Do you see that? Girl, who's that? Okay? Exactly what Ally Mac said. It makes more movement happen when you focus on the movement, okay? Instead of anything else. No, Faith 256. Why do people keep asking if I'm fucking single? And I will tell you, no shade to anybody else in the, the TikTok land. But I never thought, I never imagined myself meeting somebody on a fucking TikTok live and then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? We're together. But no shade. If that's you, that's you. You know what? It's cool. I don't judge. I just personally find, and this is probably an assumption of mine, which is why they keep showing up, I just find that I attract a bunch of fucking weirdos online. When I tell you some dating stories I had, bitch, from Plenty of Fish, it's probably why people pay for dating apps. I have stories about some wackos that I've dated on, well, excuse me, that would require me to actually date their ass. I went on one date, and it did not, I don't even know if I'd call it a date. I had to drop my pin, bitch. I had to drop my pin to my friends. I was like, and then I would tell my friend what happened. She goes, explain why the fuck you continued to stay. I was like, because if I'd left, I wouldn't have a story to tell you. Duh, bitch. I was just so in shock that I was like, this isn't really happening right now. This is not really happening right now. I was like, well, I guess I'll hang out just for a little bit to see. Hey, Terry, just to see what's happening. I'm sorry, guys. I do things for my own personal amusement. I told you, I'm totally fine doing things for my own personal amusement around here. I just think, no. That they... Yes. So the 3D is I have to jump off. The 3D is a delay. Okay. So what is showing up today is only based on yesterday's assumptions, yesterday's thoughts. What shows up tomorrow is based on your most dominant thoughts today. Okay. So, and your assumptions today. So you basically have to, oh, Jesus Christ, glitter sparkles. That's what I'm saying. Be careful out there. But when you affirm, they don't get the thoughts instantly. When you command, like when you tell them something, when you speak to them, they get the thoughts instantly. The minute you expect them to, okay? So I guess yes, both of them, right? They show up based on your assumptions. So if you're constantly telling yourself, like, they fucking don't like me, they don't want to talk to me, they blocked me, X, Y, and Z, that becomes their thoughts. They have to show up that way. So they're not thinking about you, they blocked you, like they don't like you, right? But if you would change that consistently by selecting the new version of your SP, the one that you love, then their thoughts change to match that. Then they get the thought like, because if you're persisting in perfect boyfriend and you're affirming that and you're telling them what to do, then they're like, huh, I wonder how they're doing. All of a sudden they think about you. And they're like, I wonder what they're up to, right? So, and they get those thoughts through your affirming. So this is why I always say affirm for movement, but always one of your affirmations should be like, they think about me all day, every day. Like I'm literally all they think about. '20th of fucking March. What is wrong with you, who? Bitch, you're lucky I have to go right now because I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. You acted as if your birthday was tomorrow. That shit is March 20th. That's a long ass time from now, bitch. Okay? You need to understand that by you saying to help you, I can help you. By you saying that you want to manifest your SP back by March 20th is not a good thing to say. Because let me tell you what. Even if we did all the work, okay? Like let's say you and I worked together and you did all the work and you're doing all the things that I told your ass to do. Well, here's the problem. You want your SP back before the 20th. So all your subconscious mind knows is March 20th, your birthday. So you're not going to start seeing because everything has to unfold naturally, right? So you're not going to start seeing movement until it gets close to your birthday. The fuck? No. But if you want, I can help you manifest your SP back right now. Okay? I know you heard my ass. I know you heard my ass. No. Okay, I have to jump off, guys. But when you say command makes him think about it instantly, but not saying he misses me so much and wants to text. Okay, no, because here's why. Saying someone misses you so much implies that you're not together. Okay, so do you want him to miss you a lot? Is that what you want? Because I miss my dog that's been dead for 20 years. I miss my best friend who I haven't seen in 8 years. Is that what you want? That's not what you want. On top of that, and wanting to text implies future tense, right? It's creating more wanting. You're not expecting. You're not saying you're texting me right now. You're saying you want to text me right now. That's giving them free will. That text ain't coming, okay? Because you're saying you want to text me right now. You're coming from want, which creates more want. Instead of you're going to do something, that's a command. That's expectation. Okay, you need to expect them to text you and know they're going to text you, not come from a place of wanting, hoping, and wishing on a fucking shooting star. That's not going to get you your shit. Okay? All right. I got to jet, guys, but if you guys are interested in one-on-one coaching with me so that we can get your shit right and tight and get your SP now, click the link in my bio. I also go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you miss out on the live, don't trip. I post them every day on YouTube. Except for yesterday's. I still can't download it on TikTok, but I'm going to go give it a whirl right now. And then also, if you're interested in tech support coaching from me, it's also links. All links are in the bio. But let's jump on a call. Let's get your shit right and tight so you can go get your SP like today. Okay? It's very low cost. All right? I'm not going to do a live tonight. It's fucking Friday, bitch. Bye, Angela Love. Bye, Diamond. No, it's Friday night, and my boyfriend was not home last night. Everybody knows I literally only go live when my boyfriend's not home. in the evening. But no, I will not go live tonight. But maybe I'll start doing that once a week. Who the fuck knows? We should have a cocktail hour, like a happy hour live once a week. Maybe I will. All right, Josie, I will. Bye, love. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.